I was just like, we're gonna go in. PJ was just like, cool, let's go.
PJ's like, I'm out, bitch.
I was
Peace
like,
out,
all right,
bitches.
let me go in.
That
like,
Kylo Ren avatar, bro.
Right? I thought you meant something else. Go. It's all right.
Oh no, because Will's hand is injured, so
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, from all that
from
meat
overuse. apparently.
Overuse, spanking, beating the meat a lot.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
did you see my intro? Yeah, because there's not.
There's.
Uh,
I see those
There's
StreamYard
nothing in the
logo.
budget for that.
it's not on the budget for that. Also, it's not in the budget. It's my own logo. If you can see my Will, it's a duck.
Oh yeah, it's the dog, dude. Well, that's
Stupid.
because we spent all the money on the sideshow BOGO. That's why. The
That's a
sideshow
Sideshow
buy
logo.
one.
That is.
Oh, yeah.
phenomenal. Yeah, and that's happening
Yeah.
right now as we speak.
Yep.
I'm
I gotta
excited.
check out the bow. Yeah, I'm
What?
oh. Wait, where's the
PJ's looking
logo?
at it right now.
I'm,
PJ
like,
is the
looking at
only
it.
guy that's retired that buys when it's BOGO.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Yeah.
That's where they get their sales from PJ.
Guys, I'm done.
I'm
PJ, there's a
done.
BOGO. Oh wait, hold on.
You see the sideshow marketing table, like, let's go after the retired collectors. Let's get them with BOGO.
It was the one time PJ was just like, dude, I don't want to collect anymore. Then the next day he sent me a screenshot of two blurgs.
Two blurgs of all things.
To be fair, it was a blurg and a speeder bike. And then I got the Luke and the Luke Skywalker for free. I didn't even know if that was a good deal. It sounded like a good deal. I was like,
It is
buy two, get one
$500.
free.
It's not a bad deal. It's not a bad deal.
I mean, I saved
Yeah.
270 because Luke is free. I'm not sure if that was a good deal or not. But
That's how they get you. You don't really understand if it's a good deal or not. You just buy
yeah, it's
it.
like very complicated.
You're just like, I think
Yeah.
it's a good deal. Bye.
When you question
It's-
yourself if it's a good deal or not, most likely it isn't.
Please,
It's not a
it
good
isn't.
deal.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like, buy one, get one half off. Is that a good deal? Probably not, you know?
When you start questioning yourself, and I do that with my manhood. Most,
That's how you know you don't have.
that's
the
how
man.
you know you're in trouble. He'll be like,
Right.
"Man, it's not getting harder anymore. I don't know. It's time. To sleep."
That's what she said. No.
I don't know, is it time
Not
for
if you have
Blue
Viagra,
Chew or
dude.
not yet?
You can get that. So
Hey, speaking of that, because Will is Jesus. Carlos, look at Carlos here.
look at Carlos's creepy ass smile, dude.
Is
Dude,
that
look at-
taking? I mean, I don't know Carlos that well, but it looks like it's taken in a bathroom or something.
It's his kitchen, yeah.
It's
Oh, his kitchen.
Yeah. He always
Well,
has his kitchen as his background, so
His
yeah.
Oh,
name
okay.
now is, it's Will with two H's, like a wrestler. But yeah, he's a
Maybe
Will
because
Carlos.
YouTube tried to block his username if he didn't put the second H.
Will is
Oh,
fine.
is that a thing?
I guess so. I
I'm
don't know.
assuming, yeah.
It's got to be the second H there for a reason. Yeah.
Maybe. Wow. Okay. Well,
I also only have one female fig, so I'm probably the opposite of this statement. I only have one.
that's debatable. But
Well,
Yeah.
I'm getting that Tifa, bro. I feel very
dirty.
conflicted.
Dude, actually, I think I saw the one of the comments in regards to the stream, the pre-recorded stream,
Yeah.
and the guy was like, "Well, I play like a female character in video games." And so
Yeah, I saw that too.
And Carlos was like, "You play only female characters in video games, sus."
Yeah, right.
And I'm
Who
like,
said that, Carlos?
Yeah, Carlos did. Yeah.
Of course.
It's no, I mean, look, if you want to be a female character in a video game, I was just like, that's an interesting choice, though. I was like, why would you do that? I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess I have to understand.
yeah,
But-
I played, I created female characters because, if you're playing like MMORPG and you're looking at a character for how many hours in the game, you kind of want to like change it up and look at a female character. But
Mm.
I don't know if you only, I don't know. I don't know. I don't
I
want
mean,
to say
Lara
anything.
Croft, like if you're playing Tomb Raider, I guess you
Oh,
have no
yeah.
option, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's how it is.
Well, I feel like if you could make a female character and like catfish all the dudes on WoW, like you could be
Well,
like,
I think-
yeah, I'm a girl, and you could get all this free shit.
You high
well, the
five,
thing-
it's like, nice play, man.
Take 10,000 gold.
Well, that's when I used to play WoW a long time ago. I was a female character, and I used to get these like random guys that come up to me and say, "Hey man, hey, you want to run a group? Are you age, sex, location?" I'm like, "What the hell?"
See?
Age, sex, location.
I-
Where the hell are you
Do
playing?
you remember that
MIRC?
optical? That was a thing. That was a thing. People used to ask you that. There was
Yeah.
AOL chat rooms too.
ASL.
Yeah.
It's like ASL.
ASL. Yeah,
Age, sex,
ASL.
location. Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, okay. Well, if you give me some like loot, I'll pretend to be a girl.
I'm not
I'll
above
be
Things
it.
whoever
would
you
do
want
for-
me to be.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
be whatever you want to be for gold. So
Yeah. Oh my
Like,
gosh.
Hey, I got my knee pads on, so I'm ready to
Oh
go.
my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I'm
All
ready
right,
for the
we're
raid.
going off the deep end
we're
already.
going out the deep. We're just starting. But
Dude,
yeah,
oh my god.
I forgot what's the format with this. We gotta because I haven't done this in a while, so we gotta acknowledge the chat first, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we didn't have to do that last night, but normally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we're not, we're live streaming, but we're not live. Dude, the collector, we haven't seen him we haven't
Dude.
streamed in a while. That's why.
That's why I haven't seen it.
We haven't seen you in a while. Well,
We haven't
we
seen you in a
haven't.
while, yeah, because we haven't streamed in a while.
Yeah.
Cucaracha. Well, that's nice. Well, again, this is Carlos with his beautiful smile.
Yeah.
Carlos is pretty tall because he's like taller than the fridge. Is that a fridge?
He's like 6'2", I think. Yeah, he's like 6'2". He's pretty tall.
Oh wow. Well,
Eclectic collector.
eclectic.
Oh, we got some. From
Equine.
I was
dude.
Equine.
Here.
Oh man, get your feet in meat.
Fat
Oh,
guy.
Feed him meat.
wow.
Oh, but Asian time. So,
Oh.
Wait, is optical lagging for you too, PJ?
Yeah.
Okay.
am I still here?
No, you're good
there
now.
you go.
You're good now.
Okay.
It was your kids probably downloading something.
Yeah, because he's like,
Uh-oh. I thought it was me for a second.
I thought it was too. I was like, my internet's fucked, dude. No,
I
was like,
know.
my internet- Wait,
Oh.
I think optical's back now.
Am I back?
Optically.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're back. It's that Chicago internet, dude.
Dude, they're shooting in here.
They're shooting up the internet.
Shooting outside. Oh, look at Absolute Irwin, one of my 3 subscribers. One of my 3 members.
The meat squad rides again.
Oh, it rises. It's like the Dark Knight. It rises.
Oh,
at
yeah.
night.
Especially when you go on a certain website that shall not be named.
What is that? What's that? Feet Finder?
Feetfinder.com.
Yeah, Feedfinder. Yeah.
It's like you're looking
Danny
for a
Lee.
job.
Yeah, that'd be great. Danny Lee.
Oh, dude, Lane is here. Lane. This guy's gone weird. This is PJ Will and Optical. I see on the same stream. Hey, Lane, get used to it. We're gonna do it again. Right. The next 6 months.
Yeah.
J-Rod still hasn't changed his thumbnail either.
Oh, he's at Cowboys.
Yeah, we might have to time him out or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About that, but ooh.
I mean, I feel bad. The Cowboys every single time, man. Like they just don't. Yeah.
So what
Well,
What,
He
dude?
acts like a-
At least Carlos is paying you optical to insult me, dude. So, I mean, if anything, dude, maybe I'll get a cut of this next time.
Hey, I need you on the panel all the time then.
Yeah, dude. I get the super
ultra out.
chats.
Apparently you act like a girl. Speaking
Guess
of
so.
acting like a girl. Alvin's
Some.
here too.
Ooh,
But-
Alvin J.
I think PJ is the only one who saw this movie from the okay, where's the share screen here? I'm used to whatever now. What is that thing?
It should be present.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a school project, bro.
Jesus. Where is the thing? Oh, window. Okay.
This is why you need Melon, dude, instead of streaming.
Melon. Yeah. If this loads, is this you seeing anything or not?
I see some flower or some leaves.
Yeah. I think your internet's still kind of.
Fucked.
Yeah. Oh, as we say, he's frozen.
Dude, my
He's
net
frozen,
zero.
dude.
Hold on.
Oh,
You're on net zero. Oh
my net
gosh,
zero,
dude.
dude. Like, the
I
disc
think you're
that
supposed to
zero,
return
dude.
those discs.
the disc that I got from Circuit City is not working again. Hold on.
Circuit City staples, dude.
Remember, you used to, yeah. But as he gets it, but I don't know. Did you see any good deals on? the
Dude, on
BOGO?
Sideshow?
Yeah.
Dude, the BOGO thing is like, it's the Mark V. It's like the comic Iron Man. I'm looking at it. They don't even have Infinity Ultron on there. Integrated Suit Spider-Man is not on there. It's Captain Carter, White Vision.
What?
Like,
Where's it on the website? I'm trying. Is it
I'm
on
just
the
literally
site?
out now.
no, I think. Oh, he's
Nope.
gone. He's just fucking gone, dude. No, I'm
Yeah.
looking at like, so they had like Miles Morales isn't even, or maybe he
I mean,
is. I don't know.
Where is it in the website? I'm trying to look for it.
I couldn't find. I was just looking by Hot Toys and looking at the. They have like
Oh.
a green little tag on them saying BOGO or buy one.
Oh,
get 50%
really?
Off.
Maybe it's not like a certain like you click on a certain area,
Yeah,
right?
I couldn't find that. Yeah.
Maybe I think it's because technically it starts tomorrow, so maybe they're just prepping it up.
Yeah, and it was buy one get one half off. So like Tumblr's part of it, but it's the cheaper one that you get half off. So like it, with the Batmobile, the Tumbler, you would have to buy something more expensive to get that half off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I never liked buy one get one half off, right?
Right.
Not
Like-
till the last time that you bought a blurred.
I know. Well, that was buy two get one free,
That is
which
true.
I don't know if that
So
was
you like
still
that
good.
more.
I don't know if that was
Well,
still.
that technically percentage-wise, that's better. That's 33% off
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
technically it's true.
compared to 25% off, which is buy one get one free.
Yeah.
So in reality, buy one get one is not really that great of a deal.
No. It's basically like
No.
25% off.
25% off. That is if you actually get two items with identical price.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
if one
Yeah.
is higher than the other, then it's not.
And
technically-
25% off nowadays is really not that good. Like that's
Yeah. Plus, you got to
Yeah.
add tax and
yep,
shipping.
tax and shipping. That's $40 or more probably.
Yeah.
dude, taxes. I mean, just percentage-wise, we normally get like
Mhm.
25 to 30 anyway, right? Like the daily deals.
Yeah, the daily
pretty much.
deals. Yeah.
Yeah. But now you only have to buy one. Now you're forced to buy two to get a 25% off, which is not
Yeah.
even 25 if the other one's more expensive. So
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, give them credit for trying, but
Right.
honestly, it's not. I feel like it's not gonna. A lot of people are not gonna still end up buying stuff.
Right.
You know.
I think you're gonna have to do more like buy one get one. They're gonna have to do something
Yes.
crazy like that. I think they're gonna have to
Yeah.
do something crazy because at that point that's 50% off. So that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is technically 40% if you add the shipping and the
Sure,
tax.
sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, I think they could do buy one get one free for shore troopers because I
Yeah.
feel like there's a lot of, or maybe even like shore troopers and what's that called, Lando, because there
Dude,
seems to be an overabundance of Landos,
You
right?
got to sell your Lando, PJ. 140.
Dude, yeah, I feel, oh man, yeah, I still can't believe Lando's that cheap and still available.
dude, so with this, so we saw the buy one get one half off.
Mhm.
You know what? Let's
Mhm.
pull it up.
Yeah, let's pull it up, dude.
Yeah.
It's I don't think it's that enticing, but it's
No.
how do you even okay? Are they? It's that on the front page? No, right? Like you just
Yeah, dude. I could just go search Hot Toys and
Just
then that's
search
where I
Hot
would find
Toys?
it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, Carlos just changed his name. I don't know if you saw it.
the micro
Did he?
PP.
How is he able to? You could change your name that quick?
I guess. Okay, so how do I see which one is all the?
No, it's just like you just got. You just go to shop and then just shop.
Yeah, it's just
Oh,
off Hot
there you go.
Toys.
There's BOGO right there.
But yeah, when I clicked that, all it did was tell me what
That
the
it- yeah, what
like,
it is.
It explains it,
Oh,
but it didn't give the items. So
Yeah, maybe we should try like doing BOGO and see how much we really save and do a
yeah, and the
calculation.
daily deals are just like 20% off, 30% off, whatever.
20. I mean,
Yeah.
this Sansa, I've been eyeing this. If it goes to like 90% off, I'll probably.
90%.
Dude, honestly, on the
Really?
secondary
See
market,
this?
it probably will. Like it's you just gotta wait for
Yeah.
someone to
This?
sell it. Oh, it's low stock though. Yeah, it's low stock.
Look at this.
It's not bad. It's
It's
not great, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the paint apps, dude. It's not the sculpt. It's the paint apps.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
flat. And the Sideshow Con hasn't even started yet, dude.
Oh, you know what?
Dude,
That's-
there's still Pennywise. Didn't this Pennywise
It's sold out like twice, yeah, and then now it's back. Yeah, it's
I don't get it.
how do you sell out twice?
I don't
Dude,
know, dude.
th-
They keep finding stock in the warehouse.
Okay, this guy. did
Dude,
something
Zombie
good.
Hunter, Spidey still, and my gosh, I'm looking
Yeah.
through some of these figures.
From What If, I think.
Yeah, the battle damage Mark 85. The is
Oh, the
still
Iron Man.
available. Oh
Dude,
my god.
Rescue, they're gonna have to do like 75% off to sell that thing. Like that's
I'm confused why this is. Well, I'm not confused because of the price. The price is ridiculous.
right.
But even at 2 something, they still couldn't sell this thing.
No, Toys Wonderland was selling it for like 170 and it wasn't selling everything. So
I'm
yeah.
yeah.
And Pop Culture had that thing super cheap also.
Toys Wonderland. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I bought it at T Dubs before. You remember the
Yep,
what do you
yep.
call it? The infamous thing that we did?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where the website was checking out incorrectly.
Yeah. This one is kind of new. And it's already a part of buy one get one 50 off. I mean, that's not surprising, but you know.
Oh well, the Venom. The armored Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who
And Loki
really,
should be
who
on
really
sale
wants?
soon.
I mean, is that in the cartoon
I
in
think it's
the comics?
It's probably
like,
comic inspired.
I never.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, I don't know if in the chats can someone tell us like if it's in the comic books? Like, who wants to buy that? I mean, I mean, it's
Iron
cool
Man,
if
Deadpool fans.
yeah. I mean, it's cool if they did like a whole line of superheroes, like armored like Captain America or armored Hulk. I don't know, just making stuff up. But if it's just armored Deadpool, it just feels like it's just doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Ekon says there's a link. Where's the link? Oh,
link.
Maybe
Oh
he
yeah, Ekwan, can you send us the link?
Maybe
Ekon, what's
he's
the
not
link?
allowed to post it because a lot of times it'll block people from posting links in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is that what
So
it is?
that's
Okay.
probably what happened.
We're not reading too
Ooh,
much.
yo.
What's
Yeah.
up?
Can I share something real quick?
Yeah.
I'm really shocked that this is not on sale.
Ooh,
Dude,
the pits.
That's
Dude.
see,
dude, you know why?
this is this is that because it's she's one of the greatest characters of all time.
I just want to put my face in that.
That's a lot of polystyrene, dude. Dude,
It's
no.
$60.
Yeah, because this is the non-limited one. They're just gonna make 15 of them for all the orders they get, and then that's not even limited for Abby. Abby is limited edition. It's like 5. So,
5?
Yeah, dude.
What's the difference?
Well, 50. I think 15 people total in the world like her. So if you make a 5 edition size, then that's pretty limited because that's only a third of people. But if you make 15, that's everyone. And if someone can't afford it for whatever
Dude.
reason, then you got discount.
Out of that 15, is PJ one of them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude.
Oh,
He was probably 2 or
absolutely,
3.
dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
I dude, huge fan.
I told you in
Especially-
all seriousness, I didn't hate her as much the second time, but I still don't really like her. But
It's
Yeah.
that scene, man. Ever since that scene,
Dude,
I was like sold.
I've
I
never
was a changed
been
man.
so weak and so strong at the same time.
I think I went through puberty watching it. So yeah, dude.
Oh,
was
look
pretty
at
wild.
the Johnny Silverhand. Oh my gosh, I feel like that's gonna be a.
Oh, that is.
For-
Oh,
that
dude,
is-
that's gonna be like 80% off. Like
dude, that
that's
is Lane after watching.
that's
it.
Lane.
You're gonna be Lane sticky hands.
Lane sticky. That figure would sell.
PJ, aren't you looking for this? Is this the one that you're looking
Nah,
for?
I had it. I sold it.
Oh, you had it? Oh,
Yeah,
I thought this was.
I just can't do it,
You
man.
mentioned something last night. Is this the guy or no?
Well, yeah. I just like I said, I can't collect lines anymore because it's just too many of them.
Dude.
I can't like you just can't get Echo, right? Like
Did
you're
get this
if you just get Echo, you must be like a huge Echo fan for some reason, right? And you want to complete the team, and if you complete the team, there's how many Echo Wrecker? There's about 4 or 5, dude. That's
Tack, yeah.
yeah. There's 4, yeah. So $300 average, right? Times 4, that's $1,200. Dude, you know what really like mind effed me last night was when Will said like over 125 figures, average price like would be like $200 per figure, and I did the calculation, it's like $25,000. I'm like,
Yep.
dude.
And that's with 200 per figure. Most figures are more than that.
Yes, most
So-
figures are more than that, and some are like 450, depends if you're like an Iron Man
Yep.
fan. I'm like,
And
geez,
Carnage,
Mm-hmm.
Venom.
Dude, there's not a whole lot of buy one get one.
No, and like the quarter scale shit that they can never sell, or Iron Strange rather. Like that's buy one get one. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Iron
It's-
Strange gonna stay. It's gonna stick around for a while.
yeah, that one's gonna be. I think that's gonna break some records as far as discounts. Yeah, that's gonna be.
Yeah.
Too.
Dude, it's because the Mark 50. Like honestly, it's
Yeah,
the-
there's just
the
leftover
figure-
Mark 50s. Yeah, that's all. it
Yeah,
is.
it's just leftover Mark 50s, and they just stuck, Doctor Strange portrait on it.
Dude,
So-
is any one of these guys like if it
Mm.
goes on sale and for how much that you guys are gonna jump on?
Dude, the only one that's tempted me a lot is Moon Knight, but I
Mm.
ultimately decided not to. Not because I don't think the figure is incredible, just a matter of space. But Moon Knight is actually not included in the sale. He is in stock though.
Is he in
But-
stock?
Yeah, he just hit in stock recently, and he's in stock on
Mhm.
Sideshow.
Okay.
But yeah, Bo-Katan's pretty cool. But not, dude, honestly, man, nowadays with me, like if I'm gonna get a figure, I pretty much already have it pretty much ready on pre-order. Like Bane, Dark Knight Rises, Cad Bane, that Vader DX, stuff like that. That I just like. It's easy. Like that's an easy pre-order. Like I'll just go and grab it, and that'll be it. But a lot of these figures, like they're cool and they're tempting to a degree, but I just don't love them enough that I feel they could discount it by 60%, and I still would be like, eh.
Damn, really?
Yeah, because I just don't have the room to display them. So,
PJ, how about you? Like, is there any one of these guys? Let's say we're not gonna say 50 because that's kind of like high. Like realistically, I would say they would go up to 35, maybe. I've never seen a 40. I don't know. I've never seen a 40. Let's say 35. Like any one of these guys becomes 35%, and you'll be like, all right, I'll just close my eyes and press add to cart.
I mean, statue wise, there's a couple that I definitely would consider picking up. Like, you know, if they did the Nightcrawler, or even like, I don't know, some of the like the X-Men statues, because I'm trying to complete my line back there. But in terms of figures, man, there really isn't, like, unless there's like
hot toys that if
Miles Morales. I honestly, the Miles Morales, from the first movie, that figure, just because I want to unbox that with my son, because he's a big Miles Morales fan. But honestly, though, like, besides that, there really isn't anything that like interests me, you know?
Dude, this might work for statues. For example, you get this Batman, and then you get another $600, 25% off. That's a pretty good savings, I would say.
Yeah, for statues, not bad.
Yeah, but I feel like you gotta pay full price for one, you know, which is already like asking a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So buy one, get one is pretty much 25 on each.
Yeah, 25.
Oh, it is 25 each. Yeah.
And is that really that good of a deal nowadays? That's
because let me this. I don't know. I've seen this for like 10.
All right, so I'll log into my account and we'll do the math here. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, pick another statue you guys wanna.
Let's say Carnage, right? Like 630
statue.
Okay.
Is he buy one get one though? Is he eligible?
I think he is. So Toothless is on there, but I already have Toothless.
Oh, he is. Okay. So you want to get something that's close to Carnage.
Okay, so Batman premium format, I added it. Okay.
Yeah. Do Carnage. Let's just say Carnage.
Carnage. Is it on BOGO?
Yeah. Because Carnage is 630 and Batman is 620. So pretty close, you know.
Oh, Carnage is the statue. Okay.
Carnage statue, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I added both. So total is $12.50, right? The total price of it.
The total before buy one, get one.
Dude,
yeah. So it's $310 off.
Okay.
And altogether it's like $940. That's without shipping.
Shipping and tax, yeah.
Let's see how much shipping is going to cost here.
You guys were talking about that Stone Cold Steve Austin. He is part of it. He's part
of it, but he's back to 620.
Yeah,
he's something.
He's 605.
Yeah, I swear he was like 40% off, like 375 or 390, something like that.
Dude,
yeah.
And he's low stock apparently. So
yeah, okay. So here's how much it costs, right? So $68 for tax and $94 for shipping. So altogether, with the discount and everything, it came out to $1,100.
2 statues. Still pretty high,
bad, but
it's still, yeah. I don't know. 25 is enticing enough these days. I don't know.
They're about $550 each.
I feel like all the statues I would want, they're on pre-order, so they're not in this. Like,
so $550 each.
Well, PJ, think about the Iron Studios Darth Vader on Throne, the quarter scale. Like that looks pretty cool, but it's a pre-order, right? And yeah, Ellie from Prime 1 Part 2, that's on pre-order. Like,
Bill, is there any statue that you're kind of like eyeing that we can look at?
Yeah, but everything's on pre-order. That's the thing. Like, you know, it wouldn't be included in the sale. Like Ellie from Part 2 at Prime 1, I'm kind of eyeing, but it's on pre-order.
Basically, the Sideshow Con is useless to you.
Pretty much, yeah. It is, yeah. Unfortunately, just because it's like, yeah, because the stuff I already have, I already would want, you know. Besides, and they're not discounting the new stuff like Moon Knight. Like if Moon Knight were really like cheap, like if Moon Knight were like 30% off, then I could be like, maybe I could just buy him for a little while and then review him and then, you know, and then hold on to him until I had to sell him and then sell him later. But yeah, it's pretty useless.
You know,
I'm looking at the statues though, man. I can't find anything like that. I would. They have an Optimus Prime statue for $2,500. Oh,
what?
It's I don't know if it's Prime 1 or what it is.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know.
There really isn't anything here that.
Yeah, PJ had Abby's available.
Yeah, but it's you know what? It's worth it. Let me get it.
Yeah, true. I'm gonna check it out right now.
It's $60, man.
It's $60. I
You can
mean,
put your face in her pits afterwards.
Yeah, you
Oh.
could, dude.
I could put my. I don't want to say anything.
You think this Robin is gonna go on sale? Where's Batman anyway?
You
Is
mean
he sold out?
Robin?
Yeah,
Yeah, he'll go on sale eventually.
but not the Sideshow Con. No. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
they're-
even want him, but
I mean, that's too big of a piece to discount, bro. It's it's too big.
Yeah.
it's
I
Miles
mean,
Morales, PJ. You can get this.
which one?
Yeah, this
It's
one.
not.
right?
It's not. It's not part of the BOGO though, right?
What if it did, right? Like I think it will be because it's been
Mhm.
out for so long. Like, what
Yeah.
would you pair it with?
Just by itself, to be honest. I mean, I like
That
the.
defeats the purpose of BOGO.
Yeah. Oh, what do
Yeah,
I
it
pair it
does.
with? Oh, I mean, I don't know. I have to look. I have to. I'm looking. I pair it with
This
I
guy.
don't really.
With this guy.
Echo. You get
Oh no,
Yelena.
Batman's here. Okay. How about
Iron
Sylvie?
Man Mark
Bill?
What the
1.
fuck is
Y-
this?
She goes to. I doubt it. I don't think she's so new that she's not going to
Mhm.
go on sale.
Who's
But if
Sylvie?
Sylvie goes in like a 20% off, no.
Mm. Yeah, not for
Yeah.
me because I mean, yeah, I love Sylvie, but I just don't have the space for her. So same with Scarlet Witch. Like if Scarlet Witch goes on sale, I think people would buy her. Like,
Yeah,
I think if you put, I don't think they're going to though, because I think
I
she's
don't
probably
think they
doing okay. But
she's so new. Yeah, like
yeah,
Yeah.
guys that are so new. Like this guy's new.
yeah, Luke's new.
This one's going to be a part of a sale. I'm pretty sure.
I'm surprised it's not already.
Yeah, it's
Because-
been a while.
Well, they
For
got the new
real.
Armory version up for pre-order, which is a better figure. So
I hope this sells out soon so I could get rid of mine. But
well, that because that Armory one looks so good, dude.
it's so much better. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Inquin says, yeah. I know it was like 25% off, like that Batman. And
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah. I don't even like the movie that much. but-
Ooh, they got BTS. So if you buy all 6 of them, you can get each one half off.
Yeah.
So that would
Got
work.
6 of them. So
I
I
think
guess you
so.
can buy 2 at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, buy 2 at a time, you know.
Well, I'm looking at.
Shang-Chi, dude. It's not on sale yet.
Dude,
Yeah,
you know
so-
what it is, Optical? The
Mhm.
Prime 1 Joaquin Joker. He's in the sale.
Really?
Buy one, get one
Did
half
you
off.
buy that?
I did. Yeah,
Sold
I
that
wouldn't
for, like,
buy it again. I
700?
wouldn't buy it again, but other people might.
Yeah.
No, well, actually, I know someone that's trying to get rid of it.
Dude,
and he
good
can't
luck.
get rid of it.
Good
No, he
luck
can't
with
get rid
that.
of it.
I sold it for like 700 or something.
Yeah, I think he was gonna go that low just to sell it. You know?
Yeah, he's gonna have to.
Yeah, that's crazy though.
Mhm.
See, but this is like what the ecosystem I'm talking about, right? Like, when I say ecosystem, like what the hell? Like, you want figures to appreciate in value, so that when you sell them, and like you get like extra cash out of that selling that figure or statue, you use that and fund that towards your collection. I mean, that was the case. Like, was it 4 years ago?
Or
Right?
just at this point, just break even, especially on
Break
statues.
even. Just
Statue
yeah,
didn't have
exactly.
that problem before. Statue, because they're limited, they're numbered. You never
Yeah.
had that problem. So I guess it's a good segue because I put it in here. Like,
Oh wow.
why are
PJ did it.
why are they
Yeah, I
not
did it.
selling? Like, okay,
Mhm.
let's take out the
Mhm.
money out of the equation because we're gonna say, oh, we're recession, right? Like,
Yeah.
but it like Will's not that affected with recession.
Yeah.
PJ, you're not that much affected.
Yeah.
You know, like the normal people are, but you're still kind of cognizant about what you sell, right? Like eggs are back to what it was.
Thank God.
I know.
Gas are pretty much stable now, you know. So
Yeah.
I mean, groceries are groceries. They're not going back. I think they are. They went up, but why is it not selling? Let's take out the money aspect of it, because even you guys who are still
Mhm.
buying module case and stuff,
Yep.
you still don't want to buy things. Like, is there any
PJ, you bought
reason?
Machi case?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I
okay.
bought yeah. only well, but
Besides the
I-
price?
I honestly think it's just there's an oversaturation of products and companies. I think that is the biggest thing. Like, there is, if you think about it in terms of statues, right? There is Queen Studios, Infinity Studios, there's Darkside Collectible Studios, there's Prime One, there's Sideshow, there's XM. There's a whole bunch, there's so many, and they're not like $20, right? They're usually around $600 and up. So, one company could be doing, like say, Darth Vader, and then or Mandalorian. Let's use Mandalorian, and then another company's doing Mandalorian, and then Hot Toys is doing Mandalorian, and then you're like, well, I love Mandalorian, but which one should I buy? And it's like, okay, well, I'll buy the Hot Toy one, and not, it's just like. Then of course, when it comes to Hot Toys, there's like an overabundance of products there, and on top of that, there's so many variations. Like, I'm still bitter. Yes, I'm still bitter over the deluxe Mando and then the Chrome Mando. Like, I will always remember the day I don't think Will, you never had the deluxe Mando, so
no, I did, yeah.
Oh,
I
you
was
did?
on there. I was pissed.
Yeah, that's right. I think we're all pissed. Like, really, I think we did a stream dedicated to that stupid situation. Like, we were all pissed. I remember. Will, you were pissed.
I was
like,
there. I was really.
Yeah,
upset.
we were just like bashing Hot Toys because that is such a crappy move. Because literally everyone was just getting their deluxe Mando in the States, and then everyone like was pissed off because they just announced the Chrome version with the portrait, with and just everything was better. But yeah, I think there's just overabundance of things now, and they're not $20; they're $200, at least $200 each. And like we did the calculations last night on Will's stream or recorded video stream, that someone that has over like say 50 figures and that's $200 a figure, that's how much? I can't do
like 10,000, right?
That's $10,000. Can you imagine like telling your significant other, hey, I have $10,000 worth of stuff,
Yeah.
So
well, I'm just waiting for that Loki to go 50% off.
We were like browsing this last night with Will. And it's crazy because when we talk about not selling, we normally think about Hot Toys. You go to Sideshow, like, man, they're trying to discount this guys, but Hot Toys is not the only one.
No, it's everyone.
It's everything. See with this. Well, is this a case of, like PJ says, oversaturation price or lack of TV show, lack of good movies? Is this like all is this a combination of everything? Or?
Dude, I think there are so many factors involved in this. One of the things that I thought was really interesting, because I don't follow politics, I don't follow economics, I don't follow the market. I just go off what people tell me and what verifiable sources will say to me and stuff. Carlos was telling me basically that the economy is not that bad right now. Like, actually, unemployment's pretty low and the economy is actually doing pretty decent. He told me, I don't know. That's just what he told me. So maybe the money factor isn't as much as we thought it was. But as far as collecting, I think there's a lot of factors at play. One of them for sure, John from Queen Studios has already mentioned this. I think other people have too. During COVID, a lot of companies got overzealous because there was more collectors coming in because people were at home and they were pre-ordering. This happened for baseball cards. This happened for autographs. This happened for figures, statues, all of it. People were collecting more because they were home at home bored and just they wanted to collect stuff. And then now that the world has reopened back up, they stopped and they moved on to other things, to go to the beach or go to the bar, and they stopped collecting, right? So they stopped caring. So that's one thing. One of the things I think collectors are getting smarter. So I do think I think it's like PJ mentioned, it's an oversaturation. There's so many companies, there's so many products. There's also so many TV shows. And the problem being not many of them are really that good. So you're getting a lot of new products and a ton of things being announced from Disney Plus, from the DC films, from Star Wars shows maybe that are underperforming, even the ones that, like Andor, which got an Emmy nomination and it was a good show. They didn't even make a figure from it because no one fucking watched it. So it's, and as good as it was, it's still like, I think people, and like you're seeing at the theater optical, this goes beyond collecting. Like most of these films are fucking bombing. Like a lot, like Indiana Jones, Flash, Black Adam, like all these films, even like I think it's doing pretty well, but like the Mission Impossible didn't do maybe as well as they would have hoped opening weekend. And that film's supposedly amazing. So it's just, I think there's a lot of characters, a lot of variations. Like people are just being patient. They're waiting. They're not buying stuff. They're just like, I think the collecting pool has shrunk a little bit. I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
And I think there's so many options. And I think with Hot Toys too, like they're releasing so much and people just can't possibly keep up. So if Hot Toys overestimates the demand, there's going to be figures sitting there that people aren't going to pay for. And I can tell you, bro, and PJ, I'm sure you guys all know, try to sell anything right now. Try to sell anything. Like even grails are dropping. Like, I mean, even like, for example, that A New Hope Obi-Wan I sold for 500 pretty easily, like 6 months ago. Now I'm seeing it in groups, 400, 415. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
and what would have changed to drop that Obi-Wan, right? It's still a New Hope Obi-Wan. There's not another one. There's not another one coming soon that we know of. So it's just, and like Darth Vader, like no Darth Vader is going to be worth anything because there's another Return of the Jedi one. There's a Kenobi Vader, and then they'll remake that one. Like, it's just, I think people are starting to catch on. So they're like, well, if they're not worth anything, why would I pay full price for it? I'll just wait for someone to sell it or Sideshow to BOGO it. And then at that point, I'll get one. I think it's a lot of mid films, mid shows. I think it's a lot of it's a lot of oversaturation. Like I've heard Secret Invasion is pretty good. I've not even really watched it. I watched the one episode. It's a Marvel show, and I just don't give a fuck. That tells you something. Like I didn't even watch Miss Marvel. Like it's just it's an MCU
She-Hulk was a
project.
mess.
Well, dude, She-Hulk was a mess. It's an MCU project, and people just don't care. That tells you. And Bob Iger already spoke about this the other day. Like he was saying that we oversaturated it, and that's why people don't give a fuck. Like that's so, and that's going into collecting now. Like because Optical, remember when Endgame with peak was going on, collecting was doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Like and even No Way Home kind of helped out a lot. No Way Home did really well, and then people started to get hyped about No Way Home line and figures again. But then now the No Way Home, there's not been a film that kind of reached that No Way Home hype again, and it's and definitely not Endgame or Infinity War hype. So it's just look at Ant-Man. Like look at Ant-Man, look at fucking all of them. I mean, it's like they're just not like it's a lot of not great films and shows. They're good, but they're not great, and there's not enough to get people excited. And there's so much to go like. There's autographs and prints and statues and figures and in art and 3-0 and everything. And a lot of people like PJ, like you said, have just become overwhelmed. We're like, I can't keep up with all this shit. And it gets expensive, dude. Like,
well, and for me, like as a Star Wars fan, like for me to say I can't keep up with the Star Wars Hot Toys just because, well, mind you, I do collect other things, right? Like like Star Wars statues and props and stuff like that. So maybe if I just collected Star Wars Hot Toys figures, then maybe it wouldn't be a problem. But still, I think I'm looking at this page right now on Big Bad Toy Store. Please use Optical's link. Look at how many Jokers there are.
Yep.
Like, honestly, though, like, who can buy all these Jokers? If it's like, say you're a Joaquin Phoenix Joker fan, which Joker would be these are the decisions that collectors are coming up to. It's like, I can't afford $2,000 or $1,100 for a Joaquin Phoenix Joker. I gotta pick one. Which one would be there's Iron Studios making. I just think that statue companies need to and just collectible content companies in general. I think they just got to realize that, like, okay, if one company is doing this character, maybe I'll do a different character. That like no one really, like it's just you're flooding the market with just one character. And like who can keep up with that?
Well, because PJ, you have to think too. I mean, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you have the Prime One Joaquin. You have, like you said, Iron Studios Joaquin. You have 3 different Queen Joaquins.
Yep.
You have the Infinity Studios Bus Joaquin. You have the third-party figure Joaquins. You have and InArt's going to make their Joaquin. So like, it's just like there's so many options, and eventually this is what happens.
Yeah.
This is why these are 40% off because. Like you can't give them away at that point. And dude, that Loki bus, for example, that's $4,000. Is anyone really going to buy that? Like,
I mean, you have to be like,
it'd have to be me, and I'm not even buying it.
Right.
Like, and that's right. And so like, I'm just like, if this thing goes, I think it might go to like 50%. Who has the money to drop 4K on a bust right now? Like,
even at 50, that's still 2K.
It's still 2K.
Yeah.
Even then, they might have to go lower than that. Like that's
true. I might buy it.
Look at this.
Right?
I'm not even a Loki fan.
Dude, it's amazing.
Who was that? I think it was Big Dog or Equan, where said it's like Taylor Swift concert is like 1,700. So the economy shouldn't be that bad. Like it's not. It actually isn't that bad.
Yeah,
it's not horrible. But to Will's point too, it's beyond collecting. Like all the summer flicks right now, Equan said too. Like they're bombing.
Yeah.
Like no one's going out to the movies. Are we just overstimulated at this point? And to Will's point, like. What's that? The Secret Invasion looks pretty good, but he hasn't watched it. But at the same time, like, okay, there's a lot of bad shows nowadays. Is that tarnishing the good shows? Because the one that we're seeing right now, these are from good movies. Like this is from The Dark Knight. The Walking Joker is a really good movie, and it's 40% off. So PJ, you're used to this because you're a Star Wars fan. does a bad show tarnish your love for the good show? That would be like, yeah, you know what? F that. I'm not gonna buy it.
No, I mean, I don't think so. Like, I mean, I like the prequels, and some people hate the prequels, and some people didn't like Book of Boba, and I love some of the characters there still, like I love Boba's outfit on that show, and Cad Bane, Will's getting Cad Bane. I just don't. It's like good or bad show. It's just I just feel like there's so many companies just overly producing stuff, and I get it. Collectors love options, but like how much options do you need? Like you want a Joaquin Phoenix, raising his arms up like this. He's smoking a cigarette. He's, I don't know, like now J&D Studios have got the, what's his name? Arthur Fleck, without his makeup, carrying a paper bag. It's just like how many options do you need?
Yeah.
It just comes down to that. All right. And that's why I feel like that's why I like PCS. I think they're doing something different. They're a good company and they're thinking outside the box, right? Well, you know what? We're gonna make the whole line of the Street Fighter gang, all the characters, but we'll make them 250 each so that you can complete the diorama, right? We'll make it small. That's cool. Instead of hey, you know what? We're gonna make quarter scale, or 1/6 scale, Street Fighter figures and price them at $400-$500. They know. I think it's just a lot of companies need to think outside the box and not just jump on the bandwagon. If so-and-so company makes Captain America, all of us don't need to make a Captain America. Maybe let's go, you know what? Let's do something else instead. That's why I like these, companies that think outside the box, and yeah, I think that's what the, companies need to do now to kind of keep up with the climate right now. If not, you're just adding more saturation to the market.
And also, thank you to Carlos again, Mr. Micro PP for Will. Do you guys agree with this? I don't think it's the economy issue. I don't think it is as well. Something, for whatever reason, something clicked that all of a sudden that 300 edition of, what do you call that? Artist edition of Joker, 300.
Yep.
We cannot sell.
And it's beautiful.
It's a simple supply and demand, too much for not enough collectors. So is this I don't know, man. Is it the movies, the TV show, the price? Because the price hasn't changed all that much from 2020.
Yeah.
We still have jobs, right? Arguably, maybe some of you even got raised. Yes, the whatever, the eggs, bread, whatever, raised in price. But that didn't really push you. It was you know what? I'm not collecting anymore because the bread went from $4 to $6.
Yeah, I'm done.
Just that something happened along the way that, again, not just Hot Toys, but all collectibles, everything, not just this. And you guys made adjustments yourselves, right? So with that adjustment, what is, to Carlos' point, what is the biggest factor there? Because I know you guys are very selective now with Will.
Yeah.
Space. You, PJ, you calm down. But I'll start with you, Will.
Calm down.
What was the biggest factor that made you you know what? I'm not gonna buy a Sylvie, even though it's 50% off.
Dude, honestly, bro, it's honestly a cop out, but it's all of it, and I'll explain why. So part of the reason, I'll start with resale value, right? So every collector for the most part has a finite amount of space. If you want to display these figures properly and well lit and well organized and curated and all that good stuff, then you're going to have to sacrifice quantity in order to maintain quality, right? So when you're looking at space, that's a big part of it. And then sometimes if you want to get new figures, you have to sell old ones to make space for that. So resale value is a big part of that because, look, it's very hard nowadays to get your money back for a Hot Toys figure. The only way you're going to do that is if you wait for it to sell out maybe a couple years and then maybe. But if you're trading in and out more frequent than that because of the amount of space that you have, then something's got to give. You either cannot do that anymore, you cannot trade in and out, or you're going to take a big fucking L on every time you trade out, which I've done from time to time because you don't have a choice. If you want to get a new figure and you have a limited amount of space, okay, try to sell Luke Skywalker, the one we looked at, the Mando one, right? I had really no plans to sign that, but space is limited, right? I sold that for $270 shipped, right? Yeah. I have a teacher discount because I teach part-time, right? So Sideshow, I get 15% off from Sideshow for having the teacher discount, right? So I paid $315 shipped, right? $370 shipped, and then I have to pay for shipping. It was like $20. So I lost like $70 to $75 on that figure just for having it for a couple months, right? Maybe I could hold it until it sells out and maybe I get my money back, but it's like, at what point am I hoarding? Like I'm just hoarding figures to hold them in the hopes that I might get my money back. And they could release a 40th anniversary Luke from Return of the Jedi and then the Mando one is shit, right?
Yeah.
That's very likely. So that's part of it.
Oh yeah, actually that is
like resale.
Very
and the
likely.
Bespin Luke, people say, oh, it's sold out. Like it's sold out. Like for one, it's not. And two, even if it were, like it doesn't mean anything. Because people still won't go pay fucking Grail prices for it. People won't even pay Grail prices for a New Hope Obi-Wan right now. Like or Darkside Anakin is dropping some from what I've seen. Like it's everything is kind of, because people are starting to figure it out. Eventually, if you just wait long enough, they will either remake it or make a better version. Like look at the Black Panther 2.0. It's way better than the original and it killed the value of that one. And now even the Black Panther solo film, that one's going for way less because of the new Civil War reissue, basically. So, a remake. But so yes, space is a factor because if you want to display these figures right, you got to, like, I have each case for one IP. So one Star Wars case, one Marvel, so video games and movies, whatever. So it's, if you want to display them right, you're going to have to do it that way. And price, dude, honestly, man, this is something I've even come to realize too. Like going after some more rarer, higher end pieces, like it is kind of nice to have a little bit of mix of both. I love my Hot Toys, I love my statues, but I like going after some more rare exclusive stuff too, just to give you that that rush, that chase, that you can find something rare and exclusive that you really, really wanted and go with that, and you could have something kind of rare and cool. And dude, honestly, the price too, man. I've been playing piano again more recently, and I'm just like, do I want to spend like all my money on collecting? Like there are other things I might want. Like maybe I need to, buy a new guitar or something, or like I need to buy a new lens for photography, like you optical. I could do that. Like, there I have like, I think a lot of times we don't sit down and appreciate what we do have. We're all guilty of this. Like we're always thinking like, what is the next thing I can get? Like I want to get this. And you don't just like go in your collection room and be like, what do I fucking have now? And that's you can look at how great your collection is now. Like I try to do that from time to time and stop myself from buying something. And that's what it takes. You have to go in and be like, but I have all this dope shit. Like when is it ever enough? And that's why it's all three of these things, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I definitely have to agree with Will. It's definitely all three of those things. But for me, like definitely, if I had to pick one, it's definitely the space, right? And number two would be the resale value. Again, back then, like 3-4 years ago, the good old days, you would sell a figure. The worst case scenario, you might lose 10 or 20 bucks. You might, right? Most of the time you get your money or you then some. So you use that whatever you gain or you get from that selling that collectible and put it back into the ecosystem, the stupid ecosystem. And again, get something else for your collection, right? So back then you could kind of play around. You know what? I really like that Sylvie. Let me sell this to get that, right? And you can you can't do that now. Like, oh, let me sell my my Lando to get that Sylvie. Oh shoot, I lost what? Like $80? It's $230 on Sideshow. Dude, I can't sell that thing for $175. I would have to sell for $150.
Maybe
Shit.
Maybe you might not even get 150 to be honest.
Anybody in the chat want to buy my Lando for 150? Yeah. I bet you someone's gonna say, "Can you do 150 or 145 shipped?"
Yeah, they
right?
will. Yeah,
they will. But the thing too is that's a lot of money that you lose in selling that figure. So that prevents you from picking up that Sylvie, right? Like, oh man, that Sylvie looks cool, but you know what? I'm gonna lose a lot of money, and then I gotta fork out another $80. Okay, so let's say you do that, right? Say you decide to sell Lando, you sell for 150, you lose $80, 80, $90, and then you buy Sylvie. Then you get it for a little bit, you're like, I like it, but let me sell Sylvie now. How much do you think it gets for Sylvie if you sell in the aftermarket?
Dude, 200 maybe.
200. So you lose
lose like another $100. Yeah.
So you lose another $100. Now you lost technically $180, which could have been gone to another figure. But back then, 4 years ago, you could sell the figure, maybe lose 10, $20, and then, what I'm saying? Like, all in all, you buy two figures, you maybe lose like $40, if anything, compared to $180 or close to 200. So there's a lot of things playing into everything. Plus, on top of that, there's so many oversaturation of things, man. Like honestly, especially in the MCU back then, you're like, oh, I'll just collect the core characters and I'm good. But now it's like, oh, I gotta get She-Hulk. Oh, I gotta get this Daredevil. The Daredevil from She-Hulk. Oh, I gotta get this now. Like honestly, and don't get me started with the clones. Like, my goodness,
dude.
Even like grace the surface with all the clones that they can make out of that thing. And Darkseid Anakin, they just teased it in one of the 501st clean version battalion trooper that they might release the Anakin again, the Darkseid Anakin.
Yep.
And also Bo-Katan, like they remember the accessory pack, right?
Yeah.
Now with rooted hair. Are you kidding me? They just did a chrome Mando on Bo-Katan. Like, what happens to all the collectors that have the non-rooted hair version? Like, how do you feel?
Like, how are you going to sell that?
How are you should that?
Even if you want to sell it now, you can't because it's a sideshow. So you're going to take an L.
Right. Well, that's what's going to happen with Ahsoka too when her show comes out. So if the people have Mando Ahsoka, that's guaranteed to happen to you. Trust me.
Yeah. And I remember Optical saying this too back. Was it last time we streamed? He's like, maybe they didn't perfect this portrait on purpose because they know the Ahsoka,
improve on something at least.
Right. Yeah. So now
they incentivize you from double dipping.
Yeah. And we have to remember Hayden is in that Ahsoka show. There could very easily be a flashback in another Anakin.
Oh, forget it, dude.
Yeah. And maybe like they do a fucking Rebels scene or something because Dave Filoni's in charge of. Maybe they do some half-mass Vader, and then it's like, well, the Kenobi one is ass now. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like they could do some shit like that, and like it's just the game we're in, unfortunately. But
I think it's both. Like for me, at least, both price and resale value. Because on space, I'm not unlike you guys. I don't display it, nicely. But that's why my reviews have gone shorter because you're buying at a higher price and then you're reselling it for a bigger loss. And it's a constant cycle, especially if you're reviewing. And you ask yourself, how long can you sustain that? So either something has to give, right? And I think this is where Carlos comes in, his comment earlier, too much for not enough collectors. I guess the difference back then is that there wasn't enough variation. So either you have Marvel, and then you get a little bit of Star Wars. Now you have this whole plethora of things. So that means the collectors, the buyer's attention is spread out as well. So you might like Sylvie, but back then, if there was no Echo or, if there's no Bad Batch, you're going to be like, you know what? I'm tired of my collection. Maybe I'll just get a Sylvie. It's something different. But now if you're kind of like just want to wander around, there's a lot of things to wander around. So the non-priority becomes really just push over, so to speak. And the value gets lost in those guys. Back then, if you got somebody like SWAT Commissioner Gordon, they're expensive, even though they're not a main character, because there's far few in between of those that they become like a Yondu or Hela.
Yep.
But now there's so many of these non-main characters in the value. I think that's the value just diminishes.
And look what happened to Optical. And this is normal, it's the cycle of things. But look what happened to Bane.
Yeah.
Like the people who had the original Bane, you sure as shit. I hope you sold it beforehand because the new one is greatly
way better.
Superior.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a huge upgrade to the old one. So
yeah.
I mean, that's the cycle of things. It's almost like technology, but you can't use the figure for any practical purpose. Like it's, it's technology. There's always a new iPhone or a new computer or whatever. So your old one is going to become less valuable inherently. And that's kind of how collectibles are, but they have no use besides joy. Like they bring you joy, but I can't like fucking text people on my Carnage. Like, I can't really use it for anything except joy, but it's inherently losing value. And I think collectors maybe are like starting to maybe realize that, and it's like, well, that doesn't mean they're going to stop collecting, but they'll stop buying as many things that they really don't care that much about and just get the stuff that they really care a lot about, because they know it's like buying it. The second I buy it, I lose money. Like, I buy Carnage for retail. He's probably worth 15% less immediately.
Like buying a car. The moment you get off the lot.
The moment you get off the lot.
Yeah.
But I can drive that car.
Yeah.
Like,
but I totally agree what you're saying, Will, especially like, when you talk about cell phones, right? Like back then I used to upgrade my phone almost every year.
Right.
But now I'm like, I don't need to. Like what's the difference between last year's model and this year's model? Oh, right. More megapixels. How much more megapixels can you put in this small ass lens? Right? It doesn't even make a difference, right? Like, so I think collectors are getting smarter. Consumers are getting smarter. Like, they're not buying every new iPhone that comes out like immediately. I just think that, like, there's just, it's just, you get to a point where you're like, damn, this is like, fool me once, shame on me, but fool me twice. I mean, fool me. I messed that up.
Close enough.
Close enough. Can't get full again. I don't know what George Bush used to say.
But TJ, you don't feel bad even if your iPhone is just a year old, right? Like, let's just say you trade it in every year, because I think that is the most used equipment in mankind history. At least for all of us. Your phone, not your TV, not your car, not your phone. So you never felt bad, even if the value is down, because you feel like you got the most out of it. You got the mileage out of it.
Yeah.
But enough collectible like Will's, he sold for $70 loss, which is, he got it for a month, unboxed it, maybe took a video, put it on his module case. Not even module case, because it just came in. And then later on, he lost $70-$80, right? Like, so that's kind of like, that kind of hurts, especially if you do it multiple times. And I'm thinking, and this is the fun thing that I thought about this, because Hot Toys is the happy medium, right? Like, they're good, kind of expensive, but not inart expensive. But they're in the middle where right now it's losing value. So if they're cheaper, they wouldn't be Hot Toys. If they're rare, then they'll be expensive. So what would you rather have? Let's say Hot Toys disappears because they couldn't do this anymore. Oh shit, where did it go? Oh, hold on. Oh, right here. Okay. What would you want rather? 3-0 to have Star Wars. Let's say Hot Toys disappeared, or InArt gets Star Wars. It starts at $700.
Dude.
Oh my God.
Starts at $150. Right. So it doesn't hurt as much if you buy a lot, because if you sell it, you're probably going to lose $20-$30. Right. But you're not getting the quality of InArt.
Right.
Or would you rather have InArt make Star Wars, but now you're starting at 700? That's basic, because now InArt has the balls.
And Optical 3.0 is going to make a lot more figures than InArt will.
Yeah, but InArt's going to be like, yeah, you want this Anakin rooted hair, purse and all that stuff. You got magnet base, but you start at 700. You probably won't be. You probably would just buy what, 3-4 a year,
maybe 1 or 2. Yeah,
1 or 2.
It'd come out in 2030, but I mean,
but it dawned on me yesterday, because Will is all about like quality, like buy nice, buy twice. But even him is getting frustrated with InArt's inactivity.
Right.
And if you're selling 1 or 2 figures, you can't be like Hot Toys, like pumping out figures. Now, which one would you rather have? Because sometimes we take Hot Toys for granted. I was like, we do, guys. But now 3-0 is going to have Star Wars. They're going to pump out everything at 150, but it's a hit or miss. You get Sansa Stark or you get Jaime Lannister, or InArt gets it, but 700 a pop. Good luck collecting troopers on that. But yeah, so where will you guys stand on this?
I mean, I think I'll probably do a little bit of both. Like, I'll probably get like
troopers 3-0.
Like, I know if I know, like, say they did Anakin and I know I'm never gonna sell it, right? Then I will go InArt. Like, I won't get a trooper for for that much.
Oh no, you're just gonna get one or the other, PJ. They're not gonna both exist.
Yeah,
somebody
you
has
only
to
get
get
one.
the license, and only one is gonna get a 1/6 license.
Yeah, I mean,
like that.
Kind of now. Oh man, I mean, shoot, InArt.
I would go InArt, but
I would go InArt, because you know why? I just feel like with 3-0, like, they could pump out, but then it just becomes like, again, oversaturation, and then you're just like, and then you run out of space. Now you're just like hoarding stuff, and like, at least with InArt, like, I'll just buy once, and then I know for a fact I have to keep it. I have to make sure I'm going to keep it, because if I try to sell it, I will lose like at least $200. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's probably what I would probably I'll do, because I'm scaling up back a lot, in terms of collecting. I'm not collecting as much, or not spending as much as like I used to. So I'm in that boat. But maybe back then, if I was collecting a lot, I'd probably go 3-0 and just buy everything,
Will, if this happens and you choose InArt, we can say goodbye to our YouTube careers because we're not going to preview anything.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You have nothing to fucking talk about ever again.
There's
dude.
nothing to talk
You'll
about.
be,
I'll
like,
see you guys in 6 months.
Yeah, they'll announce an Anakin, and they'll be like 6 months later, and they'll be like, here's a dark side Anakin.
we might do one.
Yeah, right. Exactly, bro.
We might do one.
That's true though, because 3-0, I've heard such good things about their Transformers figures, bro. Like 3-0, like they're fucking incredible.
Oh yeah, they're Bumblebee.
Yeah, dude, and I've seen them because Kiko had Transformers figures that I got to see in person, and they're really, really good. They're really, really good. 3-0 honestly excels at everything except giving us a fucking base, and of course head sculpts. Right, head sculpts, they're just hit or miss. It really just depends on the figure. Jamie Lannister or Sansa, or who's another Arya, yeah, not so great one. The Hound is okay. The hair is kind of weird, but I would take the upside of InArt and just hope that they would figure it out. Like they would find a way to ramp up production and maintain quality versus 3-0, which I know kind of what I'm getting. Like I know for non-portraited figures, I think they would do a pretty damn good job. I think they would do great with troopers. I think they'd probably do great with a figure like Cad Bane. They do someone like that, but you give them a head sculpt with lifelike aspects like Anakin or something, I think they would struggle. So I think those type of characters you would have a hard time with. So it's almost like I'd rather take the upside of InArt and just you'd have less Star Wars releases, but you'd have the bangers. You would have like Luke, you would have Leia, you'd have Han and Chewie probably, you'd have Vader and Anakin, but you probably wouldn't have fucking Bark Trooper, and you wouldn't have like, you know, all these other ones, which a lot of people might be upset about. So we do take Hot Toys for granted because we're kind of getting both right now. We're getting really good quality and a lot of variety. So no one's going to be able to possibly match that. So Hot Toys is filling a very important market void. But you know, if it were InArt, I would take the upside of that, and you would just have a smaller Star Wars collection. You would have a more streamlined Star Wars collection, and it may take fucking forever, but I think you would get really good quality, and you'd probably get the Anakin you always dreamed of, but but you wouldn't get a million different versions of Anakin. You'd probably just get one. You know?
Yeah. It's as opposed to like with 3-0, like you're buying all these figures, the quality is like hit or miss. Right. But then you're like, you look at InArt, you're like, man, all right, let me sell all these figures just to get that Anakin again. Because I feel like that's what's going to end up happening. Like, I feel a lot of collectors, like, say, that go towards like 3-0 might end up doing that because, you know, obviously at some point in your collecting journey, you know, you get to the point where, you know what, less is more. I'm running out of room. Let me just stick to a focus. And I think that's the case with me because I was able to do DC, Marvel, Star Wars. On top of that, DC, Marvel, Star Wars statues, right? But now it's like, whoa, cool. I love everything, but I only have room for enough. You know, I have enough room for just Star Wars, and on top of that, you know, it's a lot of money. You know, So yeah, I think less is more for me now. I like I said, everyone's journey is different. You know, people that get into the game might go towards 3-0 first because it's affordable and they can get the line that they want. Like Kotobukiya, that was my starting point. An average statue for Kotobukiya was $50 to $80, right? And I was able to collect everything, but I wanted more. So what did I do? I went to Hot Toys because the quality is better. So I feel like that is like, you know, the journey where a lot of people go through, right? They start off small and they get bigger as things get along, or they just stay around the, the 3-0 level. So
Dude, it made me think yesterday because when Will was like, even him was complaining about the inactivity of and imagine Star Wars, right? Like imagine this, like with 3-0, let's say they get Star Wars. We're excited, and then you get, it's like, God damn it, this looks like Sansa Stark.
Right. Yeah.
You get upset. And now you get InArt, and you're waiting for Bespin Han. I might not be collecting anymore before that thing comes out.
Right.
You know, like if they're gonna release one figure a year, good luck getting your stuff together. And this is like the projection of them still, of course, staying the same. Because if we say InArt would get better, like release wise, and we can say 3-0 can get better and go to the Hot Toys level, right? Like, so this is like where they're currently at. I think if this happens, I'll mostly go to statue. Like this is what's gonna push me really to go, because I won't have the patience. Like it really, like it's just like come on, man, are you gonna at least announce this? You know, kind of like it's like, well, we might do a Kylo Ren, but so they would do the first Kylo Ren without a head sculpt. And imagine if they hot toys you. If imagine if InArt hot toys you, right? By that I mean they made a Kylo Ren for $700. The what do you call that? The first movie,
Force Awakens, yeah.
Force Awakens with no head sculpt, and you'll be like, you bought it, and then they announced the second movie with a head sculpt. It's like, God damn it!
Yeah. Or it's like, why am I paying $700 for no head sculpt? Yeah.
Right. Like,
yeah.
It's like, God damn it. It's like, I wanted that movie. Or if you already made up your mind, you're just like, all right, I'm going to wait for the third movie because I like that. Good. You have patience of a saint.
Yeah.
That's
totally.
5 years, you know?
Yeah.
So, whew, but
I mean, it could be a good thing. Depends on like if you're just collecting only 1/6 stuff, then maybe that might be, pretty painful if you're waiting that long. But if you're collecting other things, that could work out. Like if, like say if, there's a Dark Side Anakin and I'm like, okay, cool. I'll put a pre-order down, but then it's taking a while, but at least like then now I could start collecting other things and not have to worry about that Dark Side Anakin coming out like quick, like the next day or something.
yeah.
I still have time to get other things and,
Dude,
I
can
mean,
you imagine like Hot Toys collectors moving to that realm? We're complaining about Loki not coming out for 2 years, for example, right?
Yep.
And we're like, release something, announce something.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember at one point that was going on. Remember, like we were like, what the fuck happened to Hot Toys? They were quiet for like a couple months at one point.
Right.
Yeah.
It was very odd. And we were like, is something wrong? Like,
yeah.
it was weird. I remember. Yeah.
But what will work, right? Like, do we want Hot Toys to start producing these figures at at a quicker pace? Like, say they don't show you the prototype until like they know for a fact they can make this within 6 months, right?
Right.
Would you guys want that, or would you want like the longer wait time?
I would mind the shorter wait time. I honestly would prefer that they make less figures and do higher quality. Like I would prefer, but that's not going to happen because there's more money in making more figures. So I get that, the business side of it. But I'm not saying go to InArt level where they make 3 figures a year, but they've released 45 figures this year or something. Like maybe they've released 30. Or like,
you don't even have the tally for the announce, right? Like they announce
right, exactly. Well, that's the thing. Like, and just there's a lot of things being released, and a lot of it's just sitting. I feel like so, and it's just a lot of it's kind of redundant. But I guess they have to make it because it's a new thing, and they want to keep making stuff for new properties and whatever. But I would just like, for example, instead of releasing 45 figures, maybe you release 30, and maybe you could pour more investment into making Darth Vader real leather. Or you could make something like that. Maybe give something a little like maybe give Cad Bane something special. I don't know, but something maybe a light up base or something. I don't know, but something a little bit more. Maybe Cad Bane real leather, right? Stuff like that. Like I don't know, like something that's a little more and give it some exclusives here or there, stuff like that. That's because just right now there's so many releases. That's part of it too. Optical. They're just releasing so much, like 45 releases in 7 months. Like it's no one could possibly keep up with that. Like most people are buying. I think the number was like 7 to 10 Hot Toys per year was the leading number. Like they've released 45 and it's been half the year. So if you're buying 7 or less, 3 to 7 a year, there's no way you could maintain that.
Well, this is a good poll that you could do because so you have the list of the 40 figures that they release. I think the solution for the value, the resale value to go up is to release less figures because less figures means they're more valuable.
Right.
This will be a good poll that you can put in. Out of this 40 figures, if we cut it down to 30, which one would you like rather not see?
Right.
Because you were always going to offend someone. If you say, hey, we should cut down BART Trooper, they're going to be like, man, I love that thing. It's like, I get it, but like, which really is not necessary at this point. Like, we can make an argument that those troopers, they cost them nothing, right? Because they don't have a face. They probably just repaint them. So we probably can't stop them doing that in a business standpoint. But by doing that, I think the Yelenas of the world are the ones suffering, like the task.
Well, and that's Yelena too. Like, and it just, and I hear, this has been going on for a long time. And there's some obscure figures I've wanted. Like I would love a Knight of Ren figure, but I also know that no one would buy it except for me. So, it's like, for example, like the figures like, a Koye or stuff like that maybe could get some people's attention. It's just too oversaturated of a market to put a figure like that out. No one's gonna buy it. I mean, like you might have like let's just be realistic about that type of stuff. I mean, I think that's important to be like when all these figures are sitting, Shang-Chi is sitting, like Carnage is sitting, like the Luke Skywalker, like if those figures aren't moving, what type of investment? I don't know. Maybe the investment you'd have to make a figure like a Koye, for example, or even Yelena. I mean, I'm glad some people are getting Yelena, but or Athena or the Eternal stuff like that. Those figures, like, it's just, I would almost rather see less stuff like that, and maybe the more leading characters.
Yeah.
And even less. Less troopers, I would say. Maybe I'm not saying no troopers. But there's just a lot of them. There's a lot of like the Black Chrome Death Trooper, and then there's Death Watch. Like maybe Death Watch Mando is not one we exactly needed. Like,
Right.
it's just, that's like one that, I'm glad people get it and love it, but it's just, it's,
that's the thing. Like you want to make everyone happy for
Right.
sure. Right. Like I don't want anyone to miss out, because I want Dexter, and I'm sure I'm the only one buying Dexter as well. Maybe it's
Right.
7 more people who's weird. But
But
this, PJ, to this Clone Troopers, right? Everyone was excited and they were asking for Obi-Wan. If I'm Hot Toys, guys, you are not buying it. I put it on buy one, get one free. I put Anakin on staff for 30% off. And now you want Obi-Wan? Like, no one's buying my stuff. Like, I want to make an Obi-Wan. Like, I don't want to say this should be cut, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who loves it. But how many though? Like, did they just made a gazillion of these? Or
it's the same with the Blurg too. Yeah.
Yeah.
PJ, like, there's a lot of, like you got Clone Wars, but
Yeah.
why are they here? Like, is it because they're not animated? Because Sideshow made one and they're sitting as well.
Yeah. I mean, I just honestly think, like I said, like, there you go, the options, right? Like, what do you go for as a collector? Do you go hard with the Hot Toys, or do you go hard with the Sideshow? Which one is like, which one do you want? Like, do you want a more realistic version of the Clone Wars to your collection, or do you want like the true animated form to your collection? Oh wait, there's more. There's Coda Bukia that's also doing it. Oh wow. Oh, Diamond Select Toys. Oh, Gentle Giant. It's just there's a lot of things now, and for me as a collector, and this is working for me. I'm not saying people follow my lead in collecting. Please don't. I'm just sticking to statues, because I feel like with statues, like Star Wars statues, it's like they don't release as much. They're Sideshow prices are around 400, $500. Well, even now in sale, they're like low 400s.
Yeah.
It keeps me like honed in to just buying this many statues for the year, as opposed to, oh my gosh, 42 like Hot Toys figures in the past 6 months. How many of those were Star Wars? At least half. That's
Right.
20. 20 times, like, say 200, or say 20 times 300. How much is that?
Will has the list. So on that
Yeah.
release, there's a lot of Star Wars there, no? If not half.
I was just looking it up now. So as far as releases this year, Star Wars is 15.
So
out
let's
of
just
40, 15.
Announcements is 10.
Almost
yeah.
half, yeah.
Marvel's
so-
19. Yeah.
So wait, Star Wars is 15.
15. Yeah.
So
Releases.
So what do you think? $300 a pop for each one?
Yeah, or
Almost.
maybe say 250 conservatively. Yeah.
250. All right, let's say 250 conservatively times 15. How much is that?
2,500. That's 30.
That's 7. Yeah, 3,700. That's $3,750. That's not even including. That's just half of what.
Well, and also you got to factor in the Bark Speeder as part of that.
Oh,
like, you got
yeah.
other stuff. I mean, so it's probably gonna be closer to 4. So yes.
So if you're on a budget, like say of like $2,000 of Hot Toys figure, you can't meet that. It's like, I mean, you're gonna go over that. So
Right. Well, yeah, my budget in a year is around like $5,000, right? So if I bought all those Star Wars figures, then I
Will, that doesn't include statue, right? Because your statues are like 3,500.
Dude, no, it does. It does include
Oh, it
statues.
does?
That's the
God
thing.
damn.
Yeah, so that includes in our. So basically, what I'll do optical to balance things out is I'll sell stuff. Like I'll sell
Yeah.
something, because then I can have more budget for this year if I wanted to. So I maintain within those numbers. So that's why sometimes I will do that. But that's why also I've become selective to optical.
Yeah.
Because I just like, the budget is, because I could spend more than that, but I also want to be responsible and don't want to spend more than that.
Yeah.
Because I want to also have savings and investments and whatever. Like, if I want to build a house, for example, I can't be blowing all my money on collectibles. Like, I mean,
yeah. So, and for me, like I've been buying a lot of statues, and they've been costing me about $600 a pop, right?
Yeah.
I just bought like literally, I think 3 or 4. That's way below like that 15 figures. Can you imagine I was still collecting Hot Toys and trying to get every Star Wars Hot Toys figures? Right? I can't. No way in hell. Like that's just way over my budget. If my budget's like $5,000 a year,
and that's why I would explain maybe why some of these figures are sitting or why they have no value, because there's just too much. Like there's too
many,
and it's like too much of a good thing. Like we sound, I guess, I don't want to sound entitled, but it's just a lot of a good thing. I think it's too much of a good thing.
And I want to ask the chat too. Is like, how much is your budget? You know, if you don't want to share it, don't share it. But like, what is your budget for?
I think I ran
collecting?
a poll about that at some point.
Yeah, you did.
And like, how do you determine? And I'll get to that later, but so with this collecting now, and Will's pulling the data, PJ. So we've seen a lot. You've been collecting for a while. So you got FOMO, the Dopo, the NOPO, waitlist. Where are we now? Like this current iteration, because we went from a FOMO where everything sold out, like Punisher, and then you got the Dopo because you don't want to miss out on Endgame. That backfired, and now we're in NOPO. Well, we were in NOPO, but now it feels like everything's being waitlisted. Like I don't know. It just seems like that is the case now. So where are we, or where are you? Like where are we now? Like
where am I? I'm happy. I'm to the point where I'm in the BOGO.
BOGO.
I should have added that. Right now, I'm in BOGO mode. No, but buy one get one free. BOGO. The thing too is that like even now, so they're waitlisted. Back then, like if something was waitlisted, I would kick myself in the ass and be like, "Yo, F,
missing
what what? I missed it. Shit, I'm not gonna miss out on the next one, dude. It's waitlisted. You know what I say? Oh well,
I'll wait for the reissue."
Exactly. Okay, well, I'm sure it's okay. Like, and back then there was like a part of me like was like, oh man, I missed out on it. Oh, the FOMO, right? I missed out. Now it's okay. I'm okay with it. And that's where I am in my collecting. Like I'm okay if I miss out. It's not the end of the world.
Right.
And like what Will said, there's other things. Dude, I think I told you, Optical, in the last year, dude, I finally bought a nice TV. And honestly, that was probably like one of the best things I did, in the past year. And I don't know what held me back from buying a new TV. Oh, I know. Oh, yeah. Collecting.
Yeah.
Now I could do things. I could, spend that money on like other things. There's more to life than just collecting, right? I know I mean, that's,
dude, Jesus, this is a collecting channel, man.
I know. But again, it's just like, you come to terms with that, you just can't collect everything, and we've been saying this for a while, Optical and Will, like, focus, but more so now, right? So I don't know. Budget choose. I don't understand those words Equine is saying.
But Will, like, PJ is not faced by FOMO anymore, and maybe because he's a veteran collector. But if you meet somebody new, right? Like somebody new is like, I'm sure you get messages. What should I do? Where are we at now? Like the collecting in general. Are we back? Because sometimes it goes full circle. We went from NOPO to now look at all these waitlisted items. Are we back to FOMO and DOPO? Or
dude, this is tough, man, because I think Sideshow is trying to make it that. I think Sideshow is trying their damnedest to react. And, I always give the analogy, Optical, and PJ, I think you play fantasy football. So what happens is in a given year, people look at the statistics for that year, look at the trends, and then they make a vast overreaction for the next year. And that is showcased in the draft results. So like if all the running backs got hurt that one year, the next year, all the running backs will be lower on the draft board than they usually are because everyone overreacts to the previous year thinking it's going to be indicative of the year to come. And that's kind of what's happening, I think, to a degree. And I want to be careful with that because I think what's happening is, okay, we have a vast oversaturation, and then outside shows coming in and saying, okay, we're going to start waitlisting shit. We're going to make it a little more FOMO. But then what happens is people go on the waitlist and everyone starts suddenly converting. And then it's like, so you don't want to overreact to that either. And that's part of it too, where we just don't, right now we don't have enough data to, and for example, for the longest time we were wondering, do we need to pre-order InArt? Is it super limited where you need to PO it? And now the answer is probably shown. The answer was probably no, because Kit still has the rooted Joker you can get. You can probably still find it other places too. So the answer was probably, you probably didn't necessarily need to pre-order, even though we thought you might have. But as far as this stuff, I think we're in the point of, I don't think you need to necessarily pre-order this stuff. I mean, if it's a limited thing saying, timed week, right? It's been a week or whatever. You have this and you really want it. I think that's a little bit different. And I think they might start doing more of that. I think that's going to be a thing to really get, because they got to get people like to really FOMO. And that's the best way to do it. Put a timer on it like they've done. Say, we're going to give you this bomb ass new head sculpt or this accessory that you're really going to want, not a hologram, but some cool accessory that you're really going to want or need. And then they'll do it that way. If people were asking me, I would say, dude, you honestly, I still think we're in a time where you don't necessarily have to pre-order because you can guaranteed get most of these things for cheaper. Like, even, like, I know for a fact this Ahsoka is waitlisted, right? It has been for quite a while. She's sitting on Comic Concepts. Like, you can find, you go to Pop Culture. Like, there's places you can find her and get her for cheaper than this. Like, so that's the thing. All these, people might be like, well, you had to pre-order. No, not really, because you could go to Timsen and buy her. Like, you could, God forbid, you go to Toys Wonderland, right? You could go other places and find things. So it's, I still think we're in a time, I don't think we're, like you said, Optical. Sideshow has to get to one point where they say, make me miss on something. Make me miss and pay for it. And I think that's where we'll take them seriously. Like if Darth Vader, the Darth Vader Kenobi version, if that waitlist for real and it's gone and everyone starts missing out on it and they start having to pay $400 to $500 for it, then people will take it seriously and we'll be like, okay, I need to start pre-ordering. But if waitlists keep converting and these figures keep dropping and you can get them on Pop Culture or get them on Timsen or whatever, then it's like, or Comic Concepts or wherever, then it's like people are still or not. Because collectors will find a way. They're savvy enough. They will find somewhere to buy it. So
I just honestly think that, is it really waitlisted or is it waitlisted for the first like batch, right? And then the second batch. Now, third batch is coming. Like they're probably using that like the waitlist statistics to see how much more they need to order for the third or fourth batch, right? If enough people come and say, hey, like maybe there's a threshold, like to say, okay, well, we'll do a wait list. If we hit like, let's say 1,000 wait list interest, then we will make it
batch.
Yeah, right. That's guaranteed. Okay, here we go. But I think that's how the game is being played right now. Honestly, though, like what Will said, make us pay for missing out. Honestly, that will really change the market. Like where you really can't go anywhere and pick up the Ahsoka Tano figure, and don't make reissues. Just
it's easy for us to say, I would say, because we've had so many figures, right? So if we miss out, let's say on this Purge Trooper, I wouldn't lose sleep, even though I don't want it.
Oh yeah,
but
it's got to be Vader or something.
Yeah, but I'll ask you, I guess, PJ. So let's say you have a friend that he's very sensitive. By the way, you have a friend that came into your house, saw your collection, was just like, dude, this is awesome. Let me ask you, I'm gonna be new to collecting. I saw this Bespin. I saw this Purge Trooper. It's waitlist open. Should I go on waitlist or not? Because I don't want to miss out. What would you advise your friend? This is a friend that you would see again. That if he missed out, he'll probably not talk to you.
He's sensitive.
He's sensitive.
Oh my god.
Lane. Yeah.
Oh, his name's Lane, and he's randomly buying this Purge Trooper, even though most of his figures are female.
What would you recommend?
It's a female Purge Trooper.
Yeah, it's a female Purge Trooper.
Oh, it is a female Purge Trooper. Yeah, I mean, I would tell him to get on it if he really, really loves the character.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I can't stop him if there's something he loves. Yeah.
And then he saw it the following that Comic Concepts for 15% off. He was like, God damn it, PJ, you made me buy something that's more expensive than it should have been.
Well, I'd be like, oh, we should have did the research. I don't know. I mean, honestly though, like, I mean, if it's depends, right? If it's like if I know you could get it somewhere else, then I would recommend him to go somewhere else to pick it up. Like for example, I think Denobi told me like, oh, look at the battle droid, like, can you get it anywhere? And I was able to pull up like a random comic book store, and it was like $230. It's like more than what they were selling for in Sideshow. But I said, well, it's $230 shipped, so that's probably tax and shipping included.
Yeah, it's a small comic book shop,
basically Sideshow price.
Yeah. So okay. But yeah, you could get these figures. You just gotta like find them. They're not really waitlisted, in my opinion.
So this, right? I guess we're all in contention here. This is not gonna change the way you approach your order.
Not unless they make you miss and you take them serious. Because I'm looking at Perch Trooper right now. It's on Pop Culture. It's on not Comic Spot. Sorry. There was other places like Brian's Toys has it. KG Hobby, Monkey Depot has it. Comic Fortress, who I haven't heard of, but they have it.
Yeah, that's the comic book store here. That's what I was talking about.
Oh yeah, see, yeah. So you can find it. I mean, it's out there. You just got to. That was a quick Google search.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I said, like you gotta like make me like regret it. You know. Yeah. Then I will change my collecting. Then shoot, I missed out.
The one
on
thing,
Perch Trooper.
The one that they might do it with, like right now he's waitlisted, but you can still get him other places, is Cad Bane. If Cad Bane is really hard to get, then that could be one that gets people's attention. Like
yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
But we'll see.
Yeah, and because he died in Book of Boba, supposedly.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of, not really. But again, that might be the Cad Bane to get, right? For your collection, unless he comes back again.
Which you probably will.
You probably will.
Yeah, there's a I don't know what the Perch Trooper exactly retail. There's one on eBay for $236 from Japan with $2 shipping. I don't know. There's one for $260 best offer, So I mean, it's on eBay and you can still find it. It's a little bit above retail, but yeah.
I think the market will finally reset itself once Bob Iger sticks to his guns, and a lot of companies stick to their guns about making less movies and shows. Once we see the influx of like shows like not coming when we see those shows not coming as much as they used to, or movies, then when we get like 2 or 3 releases per movie of figures, then that's when you kind of see everything kind of resetting. But as of right now, I feel like there's such an oversaturation of
right now. They're still making figures from bad shows, and that's kind of taking away from the good shows. But speaking of which, PJ, or I'll start with Will.
Yeah,
figures. Would you buy a good figure on a bad show, or would you rather have a figure on not a very good figure on a show that you love?
Dude, that's a good question. I bought Cad Bane though. So Book of Boba Fett, I know PJ liked it. I don't hate it though. I don't think it's terrible, but it's very I wish it were better, right? It's kind of like Mando season 3 to me. I view it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I definitely with you. I think it's not the best.
Right. It's not Andor. Like Andor's a much, but for example, that's why this is a good question, because I could look at that. I'd much rather have Cad Bane, for example, than an Andor figure. And I think Andor is a way better show than Book of Boba Fett. Yeah, I mean, and so that's why I think it really depends on the character and the figure. But like if you have both, that's when you have the real winner, like Infinity War Thanos, or the Battle Damage Mark 85, or Darth Vader from Empire up here, right? Or Mando from season 1 and 2. Actually, no, that's a bad example because I don't like the Phantom Menace. But Darth Maul from Phantom Menace, right? I love that Darth Maul, but I didn't really love the film. A lot of people have sequels figures, but they hate the sequels. So because they really like the look of Kylo Ren or Rey or whatever. So I think at the end of the day, it's probably more about the character than the quality of the film. Like, I don't love Venom versus Carnage, the second film, right? The Let There Be Carnage. I thought it was good. I gave it like an 8. I enjoyed it. But I like the Carnage character and the figure a lot more than I do the actual film. So I think that's a pretty common thing. But when you have both, that's when you have a real winner. If I had to choose one, I would go probably the character over the quality of the film.
Here's the thing. Here's make it easy for you because you love Cad Bane. But what if you got this? Oh God, please load.
Sorry,
it's Lane's photo. He said,
"Oh God, it didn't load, did it? No.
You gotta try again.
Try it again." Because I had this conversation with somebody that commented me because I was just like, I don't know if the movie's gonna be good, or I love the character, and he was just like, well, the figure's good. Who cares? I guess there's good figures, but it's what the hell's going on here? Okay, there we go.
Oh, dude, you did the versus thing again,
dude.
Oh,
so you won. I know you're not gonna buy either, but you won something at Sideshow, and they're gonna be like, pick one, Will, and you can't sell them. By the way, you can't sell them. Pick one, and I will ship it to you.
This for me would be easy. I would go with Sylvie because I really like the Loki TV show, and I've watched that show twice, and I really like Sylvie as a character. I really don't care about Batman 89 personally, so I watched the film. I liked it. It was solid, but I'm a Dark Knight guy. Like if you put Dark Knight Batman in there, I would take him over Sylvie, but Sylvie would be an easy choice over this Batman.
Yeah, I'll pick Batman.
See, everyone else
would pick Batman except for
because you pick Cad Bane because you like the character as well. I knew you didn't like 89 that well, but on us objectively, I think we can say now that it's a better figure. You can swap out the faceplate.
Oh, with Batman? Batman's a better figure
Batman
than
right
Sylvie.
here.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
a better figure than Sylvie, objectively, right?
Yeah.
But you're picking the character that you like more than a good figure.
Right.
This is a better figure.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think it's the character and the figure compared to the film, but
okay. I don't know about PJ if he likes it this much, but I think this is what he said last night. So, no, this is a different one. Oh shoot.
Oh,
it won't load if I just do that. That's dumb. Okay.
You gotta pay.
You gotta
for
move it. Oh, you gotta pay for it. God,
I don't know. I'm just kidding. I don't
know. Okay. So this again, that case, better figure or a movie / thing that you like. I don't even know if PJ likes it that much. I don't know, but
if it's a Star Wars,
he likes a lot though. Okay, here you go. You won something, and I know you don't have the what is his name before? It's not KX Enforcer.
K2SO.
K2SO. Yeah, I know you don't have one, right?
Mm-hmm. No.
You won something at Sideshow. I think objectively, RoboCop is a better figure.
Yeah.
But which one would you won? And Sideshow is going to send you one. You can't sell it, by the way.
KX Enforcer droid.
Again. KX Enforcer. Okay, yeah. Because he's not a bad figure. He's really good. But I think RoboCop is better.
Yeah.
See. So. Okay, so you guys are veterans. And
it's RoboCop 3.
Yeah.
So
I'm more of a Star Wars fan though.
I know, and this is proving my point because I went to Graham's show, and there people are asking for one-offs. You guys both appreciate pop culture.
Yeah.
Yet you pick the lesser inferior figure more than the one-offs. And now we're wondering why Hot Toys doesn't do one-offs.
Yeah.
Right.
See, they don't sell.
No, they don't. Pennywise, I think he was doing well at first, but then I think they overproduced him and then he just sat forever. So yeah.
Yeah.
And the in-art kill. If the in-art Pennywise never had been announced, I think the Hot Toys one would have probably been okay. But in-art killed it.
Yeah. It's RoboCop 1.
Dude,
I think it would be.
They don't have.
I think it would be a different story.
It's still a better figure than K2.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. But you got to be a RoboCop fan, and there's a lot of RoboCop. For example,
you like RoboCop 1, right, PJ? You like RoboCop 1?
Yeah,
you can close your eyes and say it's RoboCop 1. There's really no indication that it's 3.
Well, here's the thing too. If I would have to retrain my brain and say, like, let's just say we're in a market of
it's for real.
Let's just say we're in the market of there isn't a lot of like Star Wars figures, right? And I had to pick one. Then I would probably pick RoboCop. Where I could the market's better, I could buy and resell. I'll probably pick RoboCop.
But you pick K2 still. Or
I'll still pick.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's different now. I'm
taking Moon Knight optical.
You're taking Moon Knight.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So this is the first out of the field that I've seen because I thought it was like Will's going for Loki because it's just being given, right? Being given.
I don't really care about classic Loki that much. The figure is great, but Moon Knight, I really like the Moon Knight show as well. And Oscar Isaac absolutely killed it. And this figure is the character design. Marvel hit this one out of the park, bro. The Moon Knight costume, he's barely in it, but it looks fantastic. Yeah. So, and the figure looks amazing. It's got to be Moon Knight.
Okay, so the figure won this time more than the love for the show.
Well, I think that I like Moon Knight as a character better than classic Loki too. Oh, okay. So I think it's a win-win both ways. Like I think I like the character better, and I like
on my end. Yes.
Yeah. The show with Loki I like better, but this is like a side, like one-off character in that show where Moon Knight's the main character. I like Moon Knight wins all around here.
Okay. I picked the wrong one there, but.
I want this Moon Knight figure. I just don't have the space for it really. But
this is for PJ. Is this the one that you want? Crosshair or no?
Nah.
God damn it.
I would pick Wolverine.
I kind of knew that was it because you like X-Men too, but I couldn't find like a one-off with better. That I was like, oh man, that will make it a little harder.
Yeah, you gotta pick another one-off character.
Yeah, kind of one-off. They'll be like, oh man, like it's gonna be it's Star Wars.
Yeah, I think if you put KX Enforcer there and Wolverine. As much as I want to pick that Wolverine one, I would probably pick KX.
You still pick K outside of
Yeah,
Wolverine.
the K2SO. Yeah.
The problem with that is I don't know if Wolverine's a better figure than K2SO though. Like objectively,
I think the
right?
Porch looks.
Like
with
he
the
doesn't
leather
have purse.
jacket, he is pretty good.
Yeah, he
but-
has a jacket. He has this. He doesn't have purse. He does have like seamless forearms, but that's all
Yeah.
he offers. Like K2 is or KX droid is. He's not diecast, but he's a droid.
Yeah, he's tall.
Yeah.
He's tall. He got a nice base. I don't know objectively if Wolverine's actually better. I think he's better than Crosshair. I feel like but that's kind of I guess an easy choice for you. But
Wolverine's
I'm
pretty
surprised you're not getting RoboCop.
Yeah.
That's a better figure. You disappoint me, PJ.
I mean, yeah, I like RoboCop. But I'm a bigger Star Wars fan. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
So okay, that was kind of like the study I was saying. It's like better figure or your love for the franchise.
But but there's a lot of RoboCop fans out there, right?
I was looking for a bad figure just to really test you guys out, like something like like Sylvie, is. But Will kind of proved it to me. Like Sylvie next to Batman, I think 9 out of 10 people would pick.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
Batman.
Yeah.
That was a good example. Sylvie's as basic as you can get.
Right.
Yeah.
But Will got it. I don't know if it's Will's love for Dark Knight more than love for Sylvie.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he hates 89 too. Well, he doesn't hate 89.
Because I'm like I'm a Batman fan, but I generally like the villains more than Batman. So, but I would like to have a Christian Bale Batman, but I'd rather have Joker or Bane than like if I could only have Batman or I could only have Joker or Bane, I would take Joker or Bane. Like I like the villains a little bit better.
Well, PJ, give me a bad Star Wars figure that you would pick RoboCop over K2.
Force Awakens Chewbacca.
That's a grail. That's a grail.
Sequel. Not anyone from the sequel.
I mean, that figure is bad. I mean, the Chewbacca is a Chewbacca, right? Like if that figure was good, I would definitely pick
the
Chewbacca.
Prototype looks good. And then,
if give me that prototype, I'll pick Chewbacca over RoboCop. But obviously,
it didn't happen.
No.
Optical, what if a third-party company made Tommy from The Last of Us? Him versus Abby? Moon Knight or something. Yeah, Abby.
Ooh.
See, right? I'd probably take Tommy just because I love the IP.
So here's the thing too, right? Like honestly, like that's why I'm talking about like oversaturation. Like I wish companies would take a risk. I know it's a big risk, right? In trying to make like instead of going for the safety route, like the safe route of just making another Batman. Like for example, in art, Hot Toys made Batman and then they made the Batman. Instead of like going with the Batman, right? I think they could have done something kind of like Last of Us. Imagine if they made a Last of Us figure.
Yeah.
Right? I think they will get more people to kind of like, oh shoot, more attention.
Look at what happened to that God of War by Mondo. It's going for a lot of money.
Could you imagine Art doing a seamless,
perfect
God
example?
A lot of money right now.
But can you imagine? Sorry, Optical, but like Mondo, that's a perfect example. I totally forgot about them. Yeah. Look how different they're thinking outside the box, right? They're like
they're numbering their things too. They're
yes,
numbered,
Oh, animated figures, X-Men figures. Oh, we'll make 1/6 scale of that.
And they start low. They start at $200, even though they're numbered, like $200. I mean,
yes, dude, that is. Now, here's the thing too, and I was thinking about it too last night. About like NR and like them making the same kind of like figures, like Pennywise, the Batman. I was thinking like, why don't they make like some crazy get a crazy IP license, right? Like Fast and the Furious.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, I don't know
dude,
if they're gonna buy that. Maybe. I know I won't, but
I know you won't. But I mean, dude, there was a company that actually made a Gal Gadot from Fast and the Furious statue, right? Yeah. Will, you know about that, right?
Yeah, I think I heard of that before. Was it licensed?
Yeah, it was licensed.
Okay.
But dude, people in the community were like, "Oh shoot, that Gal Gadot looks amazing." Obviously, they're simping over Gal Gadot, but still, that's like thinking outside the box. I feel like there should be more of that now, and instead of oversaturating the market with more Jokers and Batmans, and
Dude, like, well, you can make an argument that's third party, and the crazy thing about third party too is like, I don't know. Did you get Will? Did you do a preview? You didn't of that Indiana Jones? You
Oh,
did,
which
right?
you talking about the Hot Toys one?
A Hot Toys version.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
So
But they haven't even put it up for PO yet, have they?
yeah, so I put that up, and most of the comments, and this is a valid concern for collectors, right? Like they're like, well, I'll it's not my Indiana Jones. It's because he's older, and that's a valid concern. But they're like, I'll wait for the younger one. But what if the younger one doesn't come out? Is this a viable option? Like this Indiana Jones, like, because not because they're old or they're gonna make and oh god, it's not because the other option you have is the present toys, which ironically is going for $600 right now, which is crazy. I didn't know it was
Is it going for that much?
Yeah, if you go to eBay, it's
Wow.
like a lot, and I don't
That's
know why.
crazy, bro.
But isn't this? I don't know. You've seen the Indiana Jones from Hot Toys. I think it looks pretty good by itself. Like I would pick this over present toys any day of the week, but I don't know.
Yeah. It's about like someone's selling it on eBay. It's about 400, but that's still high. I mean, it was like 150 at retail maybe for the Present Toys Indiana.
I don't think this Indiana Jones is going to be 400. The Hot Toys one, maybe the deluxe with the nice base.
Right, I don't think so either. I think it might be 350 tops.
But the tailoring itself, and all that stuff. Like, why would you pass on this without guarantee that you'll get a nice Indiana Jones? If you are an Indiana Jones fan, right? Like, I'm assuming all those guys were a fan because they commented. I mean, there's no guarantee. Would you rather have this Present Toys Indiana Jones? I mean, look, just the jacket itself.
I mean, Hot Toys clearly is better. Yeah, and the Hot Toys. I mean, it's older, but it's better. Yeah, and Optical. Remember when we, like, for example, we bought the CC Toys Last of Us figures, and we bought part 2, even though part. I mean, I had both, but part 2 was out there because we weren't sure if we were going to get a part 1 in a great version.
That's how I feel.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about this because I mean, it's not guaranteed that it's a different movie and all that stuff, but I don't know, just people grasping for that. I was like, oh, they're gonna make a new one. I mean,
right.
Like,
and that shows you, I guess, the mindset of collectors, which is why everything is sitting partially too. People are willing to be patient and wait for the longer. That's why with InArt, people are being patient, like all of us. Like we're waiting for Game of Thrones instead of buying 3.0, and it'll be 6 years.
It might not even happen.
Did InArt announce they were doing Game of Thrones? I know they
did on the list at one point. Yeah, they showed they were going to do them. They put Daenerys on the phase 1 list, and they said John, I think too, they were going to make.
Would you do Daenerys, Will?
Dude, I would get Daenerys. Because bro, I got Drogon. So
that's true. That's why.
Really, the only 3 figures I would really need optical. I'm probably going to buy the 3.0 Jamie again, and I would wait for the. I would wait for the InArt John and Danny. Those are the 2 I want.
I like how you said again. I'm going to get him again,
dude. Because that figure is great, man. I just sold it because of the time. Yeah,
I'm surprised you sold it. You even have like a custom base and all that.
I know.
Stuff
I know. Now I know I'll be able to find that base again.
And I'm not even gonna share screen anymore because it's not fucking.
Dude, it's just like fucking up your life.
It's just fucking StreamYard. They just want me to pay, dude. They just
I'm sure they want you to pay.
But before we wrap this thing up, next up, do you guys have anything that you're excited about, like pre-order that's coming up? Anything like that? That
Cad Bane, dude.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's soon.
That's soon.
Yeah.
Sideshow should ship that soon.
Yeah, I'm actually excited for Cad Bane as well.
You pre-ordered that?
No, I didn't. Well, I'm getting it through off the rack, but
this is the guy that's retired.
Yeah, no, well, certain figures I would get, but like I'm not going hard as I used to, man. Like dude, every Star Wars figure was mine. Like, when it went like a year or 2 ago. So, but nah, just like certain things, like I agree with Will. That Cad Bane looks like phenomenal.
It does.
The last time I felt like that about a Hot Toys figure was probably what's that called? Yondu. I think Yondu was where you're like, man, this is one of those where as long as they don't reissue this.
Yeah. Well, Cad Bane has 3 faceplates.
3 faceplates. I was about to say he's more like figure-wise, accessory-wise, he's better than Yondu because the amount of things that you get, like that's like having 3 head sculpts.
Wait,
it is.
Wait, who had Yondu here? Did everyone else? We all did.
I sold him, because I got a lot of money for him.
Yeah, I got I sold mine for like $550.
Yeah, I
Or
sold
550,
mine.
600 or something like that. I forgot.
I think I sold mine for around 515 or 525 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I love the figure, but
Yeah, I loved it. It
man,
was hard to let go, but
like what Optical said, if you give me $600,
I know, right?
I
I'll
would
get that brown
honestly,
chipper ready.
Brown
I'll
sugar
put
ready.
those plastics right back where they came from.
Yeah.
You know, I would spend the time to put the cushions on the
Because all it would take, PJ, and it's not a spoiler at this point, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 Yondu. That's all it would take. And then it would be like, yep.
That's
Like,
true.
I mean,
Oh
that's
my
what I thought. I was like,
God,
they
dude,
could
you're
still
right.
easily do that. He showed
Grail
up in the
status
film.
gun.
Yep. He's in a flashback dream sequence, kind of. So, like, they could easily make a Guardians 3 Yondu.
Oh
if
yeah,
they
you're
wanted.
right.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
Yep.
Grail
Oh, they're
status
reissuing
gun.
it, dude. They're reissuing.
That's what I thought, but it still hasn't happened. So I don't know.
There's nothing on Guardians, to be honest with you. Like we got
Yeah, they did Rocket
not a
and
whole
they
lot.
did Star Lord, right? And
Nebula and
Yeah,
Groot.
Nebula. Yeah,
But
Are
no
they gonna make Drax?
No,
You don't think they're gonna make Drax?
they might. They teased them, but
they teased them. Yeah,
Mhm.
I would say it's a pretty easy Drax. They're all looking in the same.
yeah, just give
uniform
Drax
anyway.
the same head sculpt probably and put the suit on him, and he's good.
Yeah, it's just a bigger
Yeah.
body and whatever. But yeah, man.
You don't even got to give him the tattoos because he has a suit on. So
Yeah, everyone's saying Yondu's getting reissued by the summer event. I can see
Dude,
that.
yeah, what if he's a summer exclusive? They could.
Yeah. See,
I wonder-
now that gets your blood boiling, right? Like you get excited, like when
Would we pick him up? Would us three pick him up? I might.
I might.
I might, because dude, when I had him,
It's a really good head sculpt. Yeah.
It was the best head sculpt.
But can we be totally honest? You guys wouldn't feel that way if there's like a gazillion Yondu.
No.
Yeah. Right.
Right. Like
I agree.
one part of the thing that you guys are, clamoring about Yondu is because of the fact that he's Grail.
Right.
Because objectively, let's for example, Mark V. Everyone's clamoring for Mark V.
Oh yeah.
Until there's a lot of Mark V.
Yeah. Until they
Like the
reissued
figure
him.
didn't change. It just became available and now it's part of buy one, get one.
Yeah.
I bet you if that Yondu is sitting right there next to I don't know, to Captain Marvel, you guys are being like,
Yeah, I mean, like remember Mark 1 War Machine? That figure was going for a pretty penny, dude.
Yeah.
that was Grail.
Dude, that was
it's
they
available.
Yeah, until they. So, do you think we need to get to that point again, where we do have like we have the Mark 5s going for like $1,700? Oh no, that was the Mark 47 that was going for like $1,200, right? Remember that?
Yeah, I think those days are gone for now. I'm wondering when it's going to return to that. I don't think anything is reaching that price anymore. Because I think collectors are, like I said, are getting smarter. Where even Darkseid and Anakin, they're like, I'm not going to pay ridiculous for it because they could very easily just fucking make a 2.0. Like, PJ, the anniversary Revenge of the Sith is in 2 years. I think for sure, minimum, they're going to make an Anakin Darkseid again then. Absolute worst case, probably then.
Yeah. Do you think they should stop reissuing figures? Do you think that will make the market stable again?
I think a 2.0 is fine, but not a reissue. Like I wouldn't straight up reissue the exact same thing again. I would say
like
if you're gonna,
like the Mark 1.
Yeah, like if you can make it better, make it die cast or whatever. Like the Mark 3 they just did is way better than the original. Like that's fine. Stuff like that.
I'm fine with a reissue, but they gotta give them a Wonder Woman treatment. Meaning you're gonna reissue, let's say Mark V, but we're only gonna reissue 300 of those, and you gotta because now it preserves the previous Mark V. Because if it's sold out,
I agree.
If it's sold
That's
out,
a great point.
It's still sought after. That's the thing. I don't care if they do another Yondu, but make it 300. And guess what? The previous owners of Yondu still would have value on their Yondu because 300 is really not really going to move the needle, like as far as it being out in the market.
Right.
Let's be honest, 2.0, they don't cost them nothing. It's just printing it again.
Can I be honest? I jumped on that wait list for Wonder Woman.
Did you? Well, see, that's maybe how they get you, bro, with the FOMO. Yeah.
Well, I mean, dude, like, first of all, it took me, like, I think the best Wonder Woman figure I had was the training version.
Yeah.
That portrait was beautiful, right? But honestly, though, like, I bought the other Wonder Woman figures, like, like the regular outfit ones, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Right? It looks like the portrait doesn't look right. But they finally made the portrait look right. So I'm like, I'm curious again. Oh, wait a minute. It's like a limited edition. Oh, even better. Like, so now if I buy it and I decide to resell it, then I could get my money back
At least.
At least.
At least.
At least.
Yeah.
So again, we need
Did you
to
release
get
that video, Will?
Which one?
That when we talked about that, like the
Oh, not yet. Yeah, the one the live stream we just did.
I know you're gonna cut it in pieces.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it. I still haven't cut them up yet.
Okay,
So I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow or Wednesday. It is the full thing is out there, so people can watch the full thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna cut it up into clips, and then that's where it's gonna be real fun.
Doc says, and I get it. People wants to buy what they want to buy, but at the same time, this is how we create dead stocks,
right?
Especially and this is how you eliminate. This is how you create. That's why nothing has changed with Mark V. It's the same exact figure, but he went from being Grail to buy one get one free. So if we all want to, preserve the value of the figure, or a certain status, then it has to be something has to give. It can't be cheap, available in Grail. Like that, they just don't match.
I'm going to use the sneaker world as an example. I think they have a perfect ecosystem, right? Yeah, granted, there's a lot of bots and stuff, but they create a lot of FOMO and things where it's hard to get. I think don't do it a lot don't do it a lot to
every
the figures.
shoe.
But I think they with Hot Toys, they kind of just have to do it like once in a while. Just get the blood, what Will said, get the blood stimulating, and like get excited again for collecting or trying to pick up that figure,
And it helps because right now, as jaded as we are now, because we've been here, we're kind of like the get off my lawn kind of guy. It still gets you excited because you guys are waiting for Cad Bane, and even though you've already had enough Hot Toys, it still feels new. You still feel excited.
Yeah,
we don't want to sound too negative, but we still collect, and it gets you excited, and it makes you even more if you get something like a limited piece, like Will got this, picture that's signed. And it gives you a certain feeling instead of everyone has it. Kind of like in shoe, like you said, PJ. Don't make shoe limited because now we can't wear shoes. But there's a lot of shoes out there. But if you want Jordans, you gotta pay to play.
Even bro, for example, like I love Wenwu, the Wenwu in suit. Only 300 of those were made worldwide. So and I have one of those, and it's kind of cool. Like I love Wenwu, or else I wouldn't have bought it. But it's of course the one in the combat suit is a little bit cooler, but the exclusive one is just cool because it's rare. It's exclusive.
And to your point, Will, even though it's not cooler, you're one of the 300 who has that. It has to mean something, right? Like even though not to a lot of people. Let's say you sell it right now with BST, so you sell it for cost, and no one's buying it because why would I buy it? Let's say Wenwu went down to 150. Somebody who likes Wenwu would be like, man, I want that.
Dude, I can tell you for a certainty that even though that Wenwu isn't as cool as the combat suit one, I can guarantee you that one's holding its value better than the other one.
I'm sure.
I bet I could sell that one probably for what I paid for it right now. Because only 300 were made, and you could probably still get it from Tim Cent or something, but soon it's going to be all gone, and you're not going to be able to find it unless you can get it from another collector. And then at that point, that's a lot of leverage for the seller. It's like, well, if you want this Wenwu, you're gonna have to pay for it. So
and I agree. We need that, man.
I agree because we definitely need. Look at the car collecting world. There's Lamborghinis that's like made like 1 out of 2, right? Like you and I are not gonna get it, but we appreciate it when we see it. We're like, oh man, that looks awesome. How about the collector that paid? Obviously he's super rich to buy that thing, but I'm sure he's like, oh man, I got like 1 of 2 of the Lamborghinis, this rare Lamborghinis in the world. So it's that sense of like, pride and, also like, cool factor that you own this rare figure. We need that. We honestly need that. It's just part of the ecosystem. I'm sorry. I'm going back.
And I want that. Like, I want to buy figures that are cheap, and it's only going to be cheap if it's available. I love that. But I also love every once in a while, out of, let's say, 1 out of 10, or even 1 out of 20, even 1 out of 30, 1 out of 30 figures, they're considered like, I'm the only few ones who has it. Like you still want that. It's they were collectors. You collect things. If it's readily available, then it's not a collection. It's just there.
Because now, like, you invite another collector over to your house, they're gonna be like, oh shit, Will, you got the damn Will, you got one of the rarest like figures Wenwu on wearing a suit, and then you're like, well, how about my Purge Trooper? You're like, okay, bye, Will.
I was like, oh yeah, that's a part of buy one get one. 50.
Oh, you got that one, the buy one get one free.
I was like, no, I paid full price for this. Like an idiot, but it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but we need that. It's just part of the hobby. It's just part of collecting. It's just every collectibles out there. Coin collecting, stamp collecting. In stamps, there's gonna be rare stamps that you missed out on, but you're gonna appreciate it in someone else's collection.
Just happens.
It just happens.
It's part
It's
of
part
the
of
game.
collecting.
Yeah.
It's all
All
part of
right, man.
collecting.
We got to put Will to bed. He's going to bed. But
Yeah.
Someone's got to
guys.
put me to bed.
Yeah.
Anything going on, PJ? Well, thank you for being here, by the way. Back-to-back nights. I know it's rare.
No, this is I'm off this week, so honestly, because I was supposed to go to San Diego Comic-Con.
Dude, same.
It's okay. Kind of worked out because obviously besides the YouTubers and other friends that are going to be there, but there's no movies, there's no, actors and writers. It's just, it's not the same, right? But no, thanks for having me, man. Honestly, it feels good to stream with you guys again and do this thing again. Great topics and a lot of fun. So thank you again. Paradox Nerd, very quiet, super quiet to the point where I'm not a YouTube partner anymore and I'm demonetized. It's okay though. I could get remonetized again. But I got some stuff in the works. I think I'm taking this week to kind of like fix up my room and get the channel, jumpstart the channel again. So thank you again. You can find me there at Paradox Nerd or Sitcast if you love Star Wars.
Cool. Thanks again, man. Will.
Yeah, man.
What's new? When's the next review?
Dude, next review will be Cad Bane. So Cad Bane, whenever Sideshow plans on shipping him out. I forgot, Optical, I need to review that Ellie print that I have. So I'll probably just do like a couple shots of it here and there and just kind of talk about it. But yeah, that's going to be really fun. But as far as Hot Toys, yes, Cad Bane will be the next one. And then after that, T'Challa should actually be coming out sometime soon. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, the 2.0, because I saw the release date. It's like over the next couple months. So T'Challa he could drop any day, really, because it's a remake. It's a 2.0, but I have that on pre-order with Comic Concepts, which is where I get my Hot Toys now. So yeah, I'm excited for that one. Bane is not till next year, right? I'm pretty sure. I think he's next year. So I'm excited for him. Dude, honestly, supposedly the Toys era Last of Us show figures are soon. Apparently.
Really? That's soon? I think we were just talking about that soon. After the show, so that was quick.
Yeah, I think the Joel is coming pretty soon, I've heard. So so I kind of want to see how that turns out because I'm very intrigued by those. Yeah, like I do want to see them. So, and if I get those, I would review them, obviously. But yeah, those I'm interested in. There's Game Toys Cloud. I'm getting that, the Advent Children one. So with the big ass bicycle. So that should be coming over the next couple months, a month maybe. So I'll be reviewing that. But yeah, man, of course, all the clips, dude. The clips we did from last night, I got to edit those, and those are coming out. And because guys, if you haven't checked it out, we did a live stream or backroom recorded live stream basically with PJ and Optical and I, and that's up in full on the channel right now. But there will be clips from every topic we discussed as well.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun.
But Optical, thanks for having me as always, bro.
When you said backroom clips, it just didn't sound
dude.
right.
Dude, I was like backroom.
I mean, PJ with his feetfinder.com. Are you really surprised?
There's like a white couch.
It was a casting couch.
Was it backroom cast?
It was a casting couch. Casting couch, bro.
So PJ, how do you like Doctor Strange Mark 40 Mark 50?
Optical.
Take off your shirt.
Strange,
take off your shirt right now.
Yeah. That's the backroom live stream, bro.
Yeah.
That's OnlyFans. That's Let's Lane fans. Yeah.
We so it was a lot of fun. Thank you, chat, for being a part of this, and we'll see you in 6 months.
6 months, baby.
6 months. Okay, bye.